Yo, what is up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Friday. Well, it's Friday for me. You know, for our Western viewers, it might still be Thursday evening. But hey, Friday nonetheless. If it's Thursday evening to you, the week's pretty much over. It's gonna be Friday tomorrow for y'all. What's up, Cloud? How's it going? Zhao, good to see you, man. Happy Eds Up people. Power to our Filipinos. Yo, what's up? It's my wife actually didn't know it was a holiday. From my understanding, it's not really like a legal holiday. It's like a special holiday. So I believe private businesses, I guess private businesses aren't required to give their employees a day off.
Has its final day. Don't rush.
Why isn't it working? I don't get it.
Yo, what is up, Taz? Good morning. Oh, well, for me, it's morning. How's it going? Yo, what's up, Luna? CK Luna, good to see you again, man. How's it going? What are the submission channels in the Discord? Oh, those are like if you wanna, it's like you wanna submit your builds. Yeah, see, for whoever wants to submit their builds, once a month. I believe it's once a month. Some of us are gonna review, like basically look through everybody's builds and decide like whose build is the best for that period of time, and then I don't remember it exactly how it works, but apparently there's gonna be a feature towards that where if you instead of pinging your name like at, let's say at Taz, you could just add, let's say you have the strongest, let's say Zhongli build for the month. If you just add Zhongli, it'll actually ping you. So that's from my understanding. I haven't I haven't looked if they made any changes to how it works, but from what I remember, that's, you know, that was the discussion of what I remember. Hi, what's up, Pizzo? Good to see you again, man. How's it going? Oh, how's your account going, by the way? I remember giving you some ideas on like what to do. Yeah, how's it going? Hi, good to see you, Asmar. Asmar, sorry. Asmar, how's it going, man? Toast? What's up, man? Oh, I forgot to open this up. So recently, I've been liking having this like list of topics over to the side, so that whenever, yeah, because like you know, as you go through life, you kind of hear this and that, and you want to have somebody to talk to about it. But I don't really have anyone like that because like my wife's into different things than me. So yeah, I'm, you know, like I can kind of talk to you guys about it because there's a lot of you guys. There's a higher likelihood of someone being into it or like even knowing about it. Could you look at my Hutao and Ayato? Maybe in a bit, Taylor, because I'm gonna prioritize doing the Alhaitham story quest in this stream. So this is the account that I'm supposed to be doing it on, actually, but I've decided I'm gonna go get my my crystal flies first, and I might just get them on my other accounts too before I get started on the quest. But yeah, sure. If we still have time later, why not? Why not? Just give me your UID and I'll put it in the list. Oops. Okay. Here it is. Hu Tao and Ayato. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Ready for your UID? I'll put it on the list. I'm changing some builds, but the thing I need most is Yelan for my second team in Abyss. I don't remember, again, like who are your builds, or sorry, who are your teams? Oh yeah, that's right. Ayaka and, Ayaka and, National, was it? Right? Ayaka and National? If I'm remembering this correctly. For Ayaka, for your Ayaka team, I would actually. So while I would, yes, I would recommend that you go for Yelan because Yelan's not only potentially for a freeze team. Yelan is just because Yelan is essentially as the same as Xingqiu, and we all know how good Xingqiu is and how versatile he is. He's good for vape teams. He's usable in freeze teams. He's used in hyper bloom teams, right? Or even burgeon teams. It's nuts like how useful these types of characters are. Like off-field hydro is insane, and I understand you don't have Mona and or Kokomi. So for your Ayaka team, I would actually recommend Barbara more because she has AoE Hydro. Now, granted, it is a very small AoE, but in the very least, it is AoE nonetheless. And because she's a healer, that also means you can run Rosaria for your other side. Or sorry, for your second cryo. Which means more damage overall. And other than Rosaria adding damage to the team, you can also... Oops, I minimized Genshin. I meant to click the skip button. And other than that, Barbara can also hold TTDS, which you can use to give Ayaka 48% attack. And because Ayaka, of the way that Ayaka works, right? Like preferably you would just stack tons and tons of crit damage on her and just have like 20, 30, 40 crit rate on her. So she's a lot of the time, yeah, people's Ayakas are short on attack. So getting more attack buffs to Ayaka is always a welcome sight. But of course that depends. That depends on like what type of content you're dealing with. Because sometimes, wow. Okay. Sure thing. So sometimes Xingqiu and or Yelan will be better because of because they do, like, let's say if you're in single target, right? Like, if you're in single target, then yeah, sure, they would definitely be better because they do. Xingqiu and Yelan actually do a well. Yelan more specifically, but still Xingqiu. There's a reason why people crowned their Xingqiu's ease and bursts because even before Yelan, Xingqiu already did a ton of damage, and imagine Yelan is a more offensive Xingqiu, so that means she deals more damage than Xingqiu. So if Xingqiu did a lot of damage already before, think of what Yelan could do. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Asmar. Alright, so I don't want to get your hopes up. I don't, I can't guarantee that I can get to it today, but I'll definitely give it a try. So, what did you wanna, what did you want us to see about your Hu Tao and Ayato? Were you unsure about their builds? I have to put Xingqiu in the national team. Yeah, I understand. But anyway, worst case scenario, if you can't get Yelan, then know that at least you can use Barbara. Sumeru. Sumeru male gene quest. Yeah, yeah, that exactly. uh, Yomiya, Zhongli. Yomiya, Zhongli. Xingqiu, Rosaria. 4-piece Blizzard. 4 Blizzard. Wait, what? That team and Rosaria is on 4 Blizzard? But you're gonna be melting and or freezing or vaporizing. The freeze is going to... Well, frozen enemies are not gonna stay frozen. Frozen enemies are not gonna stay frozen because you're gonna melt them with Yoimiya. I'm switching to headphones. Hearing myself talk so loudly feels weird. It's I need headphones to like hear myself, like my own voice less. I don't know. It was weird. I don't, because I guess I never really talk that loudly normally. Like as loudly as I do on streams. I don't know why. I talk so loudly on streams. I guess maybe it's because I'm talking about something I like. All right. Okay. So yeah, again, I am on the account that I'm about to do the quest on, but I gotta get rid of some resin on my other accounts and get my crystal flies on the other accounts. So I'm just switching accounts. Dendro Kaching. Oh my god. Wait. Alhaitham has so many similarities with other characters, right? So Dendro Kaching, that's his kit. As for lore, apparently he's Dendro male gene in lore. But as for his kit and combat, he's Dendro Kaching. That's funny. I like that. I just wanted you to rate their builds. Oh, okay, okay. Ching. Man, I know I need Yelan, but looking at your Hu Tao damage make me want to pull on her. Lol. Oh, Hu Tao. Well, that's the thing though. Remember, I have Yelan. So Yelan. Okay. Oh, I guess I haven't. Well, I've talked about Hu Tao. In fact, like from about a week or maybe 2 weeks before the Hu Tao Yelan banners came out. I talked I talked a lot about both of them and who would be more valuable, because obviously for a lot of people the situation is that they're only able to get 1 5-star, one of the two. They can't get both. So I had to talk about their values. Like their value in terms of like primo gems is to like gaining, like how much you gain on your account. Because Hu Tao, while yes, she has an insane damage ceiling, especially in single target, but that's mostly a lot of that potential isn't really locked behind something. It's not locked behind C1. It's not locked behind Homa. It's not locked behind having certain supports. But Hu Tao is without the supports and without the supports, like let's say Xingqiu, for example, just not having Xingqiu makes her feel like just another normal character. So Xingqiu, number 1, is a must. A strong shielder, or if you're just very good at playing the game, like you're just very good at dodging and whatever, then sure, you can forego the shield. A strong shielder is recommended. A video about them? Oh, you did? Okay. Wait, did I make a video about it? Oh, I guess you mean stream. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Gotta use up some resin. Hey, what's up, Frymon? Titan, good to see you guys. How's it going? Plus, my Hu Taos are super heavily invested. Except for my third account Hu Tao. My third account Hu Tao is okay. she didn't even have 4 Crimson or 4 Shiminawa. She just had like a broken set. I think my Hu Tao, my third account Hu Tao, which I was just the one that I was just on before this, had like 2 Wanderers and that's it.
Let me lead you first. No, my soul game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now. Jaw's over.
Oops, wrong way.
Huh?
Basically, Hu Tao is a hyper carry. He needs either Xingqiu or Yelan to be really good. While on the other hand, Yelan herself support and can carry herself. Yelan more worth. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree. Hey, what's up, Arnville? How's it going, man? Oh, man. Okay. It's on set, but it doesn't have any substats that we want. So be very careful. Like whenever you're watching other people's videos, especially showcases, right? Especially showcases. When you're watching other people's videos or streams, and they're using like a certain character, and like it looks really attractive to you, like they do a ton of damage and whatsoever. Especially, reason why I mentioned especially showcase videos, because obviously those showcase videos are, well, they're taken from potentially tons and tons of retakes, and it just got like the best clips. Now I know not everybody does that, but some people do. So be very careful when something looks so good to you. Always be skeptical when something looks so good. Like for example, like McDonald's ads. Don't get me wrong, I love McDonald's, but right, be very skeptical whenever you see something that looks so good, right? Like McDonald's ads. Those fries and burgers look awesome, but the toll they take on your health is you're not gonna experience it now. You're not gonna say, this tastes so good. Oh no, I'm a little unhealthy now. You're not gonna go like that. It's gonna happen in like 10, 20, 40 years from now, potentially. And then you're gonna say, I shouldn't have eaten those fries, like the 18 tons of fries throughout my life. I should have had vegetables. You're gonna... But again, I'm also not saying you shouldn't enjoy yourself. You're alive only once. After that, when you're gone, you can't have fries. You can't have McDonald's after life anymore. So if you want to try them, if you really want to try them now while you're here on Earth. This crit ratio is going to be so bad. 60 to 100. Taz, I forgot, by the way, what adventure rank are you? Because like I feel like you've been farming for such a long time now. I mean, for not just for Dehya, but like farming artifacts in general, that I feel like you should have a ton of good off pieces by now. Yeah, like when you've been farming artifacts for a really long time, it's the chances that you have a new character and you could kind of just get them up and going. Not you know, like you won't reach peak potential because you won't have like the right artifacts there for them, but the chances of you just being able to just get them up and going are, I don't know, are pretty high. Just giving them the right main stats with the right substats. With like all off pieces, unless if they're like Animo, right, where you actually need the 4 piece, or if you need a support that needs to have 4 noblesse, then you actually need the 4 piece. Then yeah, But then like everyone else, like typical DPSs, you can kind of just off-piece them and have the right main stats and substats and do pretty well. Hi, what's up, Faruzan? Good to see you, man. Your Air 56. Yeah, you're like you've been farming for so long now. You should have. You should. Yeah, you should already have good off pieces by now. You don't need to. For a lot of, especially for DPS characters, the right main stats with useful substats. I'm not even saying good substats. Just as long as they're useful substats, yeah, like that can pretty much get a character up and going already. All right, gonna switch over to my main account now. Desert Pavilion. What about Desert Pavilion? Titan. DPS Scaramouche. Oh yeah, he's right. Titan's right. Desert Pavilion. That set is actually insane. For Bloom teams? Oh no, sorry, not Desert Pavilion, like the other set in that domain. I can't imagine having like a full set of that on a Bloom team. That's insane. So other than your Bloom team scaling off of full EM, you also get a ton of damage percent from the set effect, from the 4-piece, and I'm like, wow. By the way, does a Dendro damage goblet affect Bloom damage? Because Bloom damage is pretty much Dendro damage, right? So, like, does Dendro damage, is that good for Bloom? Or should you always just go for EM? No. Oh, okay. That doesn't. Really? Well, I might have to rethink my thoughts on this then. So if Hyper Bloom damage. Oh, okay. So this isn't exactly Dendro damage. This is damage percent of Bloom. Bloom damage percent. It's not damage percent, but it's probably calculated in the same way as like all damage percent. Nope. Come on, man. Alright, I'll get you. You sneaky, sneaky rabbit. Full set of it on my Alhaitham. Your Alhaitham. Oh, you mean you run your Alhaitham in Hyper Bloom or Burgeon? On-field Dendro? That's pretty cool. I'm surprised. A lot of people just run their Alhaitham in Aggravate. Dendro Resistant Shred still works to boost Bloom damage. Oh, okay, okay. Gotta go now. I couldn't stay long. Bye. Oh, alright, alright. Thanks for hanging out with us, Cloud. Take care, man. Have a good one. What happened to my music? I put it on repeat. Okay, there it is. I know that I'm just repeating the song, but I really like it. I think the title for it is so appropriate. It's NCS, right? But it's titled So Happy, and I agree. It makes me feel like if I'm having like a rough day, if I'm like annoyed and stuff, I play this song and a few other songs that I also consider to be like my quote-unquote happy songs, yeah, like the feel-good songs. It just makes me feel good, no matter how much of a stinky day I've had.
Middle of a downpour.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess I didn't include this in my crystal fly farming video. But if it's raining, oops. if it's raining, you can actually just come on. If it's raining, you can actually just change the time. I don't know what the minimum is for like how long you should change it to. I typically just change it like to the next 24 hours, 24 hours, and then the rain just goes away. Of course, if you're in the exact spot where the crystal flies are in, you will have to teleport away and teleport back to get them to come back. But yeah, it's pretty cool. By the way, still had no luck with Homa. Only got 3 days left. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But hey, I hope that, you know, like, in the very least, if you don't have Homa and you do have, let's say, Dragon's Bane. If you have Dragon's Bane, that's actually not that bad. Dragon's Bane, especially if you have it R5, is just a tiny bit, well, maybe not tiny bit, there's a small difference. But in vape teams, it's almost as good as R1 Homa. It's nuts how good that weapon is on Hu Tao. Okay. Alright, I'm switching now to... my friend's account. Just gotta go do dailies on his account. Way-oh, way-oh. Bum 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 bum. Took me 2-2 to get an aqua. Oh my god. Wait, 2-2. You mean like what is it called? The man, what is it? the weapon banner pity thing. Epitomized path. There you go. Text. Oop. I got super lucky this banner. It's what the, my friend actually using Kaching? Why is why is Kaching here? Oh, that's, oh, okay, okay. This is his
How long will this require exactly?
hang on. Who's this supposed to be? Oh yeah, that's right. This is supposed to be Cookie. Okay, sure. Where? Yeah, there she is. Okay.
Don't tell me.
I got super lucky the in the past few banners. So I barely ever wish, right? And I've been going ham recently, especially because the Shogun rerun, and then what is it? The Shogun rerun banner, and then now the Hu Tao Yelan banners.
Right now, emerge right here.
However long, no matter how many primos I've saved up, I've kind of just wrung my accounts dry of primo gems because of all of these, all of the wishes I've been doing recently. But I've gotten super lucky. It's insane. Like I really wasn't expecting to get C1 Hu Tao and Yelan C0. With I think I only had 40,000 in total, like including my fates. 40,000 primos. I got C1 Hu Tao, C0 Yelan, Aqua, and Homa. So the Homa one was like insanely clutch. That was insane. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember kissing a MiHoYo exec's feet, but it happened somehow. It wasn't even. It was very. Maybe not super early, but it was 30-ish. Pity. And it wasn't even like a epitomized path yet. I honestly did not want. I didn't really want Aqua Simulacra. Well, it's a good weapon. It's a great stat stick, but I can't really see it being like that amazing on everyone. Sorry, not maybe not everyone, but like I don't know. I can't imagine it being my first choice for a lot of characters. Like even on Yelan, who it's supposed to be for, because Yelan needs a significant amount of ER. So even with another Hydro, even with Xingqiu and Saxord, you still need, I think, like 180 or 200 ER on her to comfortably get her burst back on cooldown. I guess you could get away with 160, but it's really stretching it, and you have to funnel particles properly in as many of your rotations as possible to make it feel comfortable to play. But if you're playing her solo Hydro, and wow, her ER requirements I think go all the way to like 260 or something, some crazy number like that. You got both in 10 pulls. Oh my god. That's insane luck right there.
Curses. There's sand in my shoes.
Oh, is it still here? It's still here. Oh yeah, that's right. So recently, the company that owns owns and develops the class software that I use for my job. So they recently changed their monetization thing, and so they still have a free tier, but it's gonna be super limited that I can't use it for work anymore. And I'm really struggling to make a decision on whether I should just pay for it and increase my fees in order to pay for it, or if I should look for other free options. But then, like the thing I'm thinking though is anything that's free now, sooner or later, investors are going to want a return on their investment. So sooner or later, that free option is also going to be not free anymore. At some point in the future. So if I start paying for the current software that I use now, and I just use their paid tier, I'll be like, okay, I don't really have to change anything in my workflow and everything. The only thing that'll change will be just higher fees for my students. But then I could also just keep their fees the same and try out a new software and give myself a bit more work, just a bit more work, like getting used to a new interface, a new workflow potentially. And I guess I don't mind doing that, but then, and I do have one option already in mind, which I am going to try out later on today. I'm gonna see like how it feels or how my workflow is going to be like using that software. I don't know. I'm just so split right now. Or or I could go like the scummy corporate executive route and then charge more for my and switch to the free software. I think my chat's broken again. Because I'm looking at my laptop and there are more messages there now. But I don't see any on my actual chat, like on my PC, the PC that I'm streaming on. RJ, give me blessings in Tagalog. How do I say that in Tagalog. I don't actually know how to say that in Tagalog. Wait. What would I even say? Hang on.
Everyone hold hands.
Here you are.
Yeah, what would I even say? So wish. What is wish in Tagalog? I don't actually know. Because Tagalog isn't my native tongue. Right? It's my native tongue, Cebuano. Okay, I guess I could say it like I wish something good happens to you, because like I wouldn't know how to say I wish you well in Tagalog. Yo, what's up, Pinocchio? Good to see you, man. How's it going? Okay, yeah, I guess that's it for my friend's account. Hang on. Turn this off. And, okay, alright, I'm switching over to my account. Why is my chat broken? I'm closing it and then I'm gonna open it again. Oh, there it is. Yep. That worked. Didn't say it in Cebuano. Okay. It's just not something that people say in Filipino, I guess. Okay. In Tagalog, I would say like what I said earlier as sana may magandang mangyari sa'yo. And that's like I hope or I wish something good happens to you. Yeah, because I don't really know how to say well. Right? Like it just doesn't, I guess it doesn't, like you can't say it in Cebuano, or sorry, in Tagalog, I guess. And that one's in Tagalog, sana may magandang mangyari sa'yo. And in Cebuano, that would be Mayo unta. This one's a little bit different. Mayo unta. Actually, well, you know what? First, I'm gonna say the same thing. Mayo unta nainindot mahitabo nimo. And that's in Cebuano. And the same thing. It means I hope. Well, Mayo unta is more like it would be great or it would be good if something good happens to you. Be typing fast. Oh, well, it's, you know, it's my username and password, so I type that thing every single day. So yeah, it makes sense that I would type it fast. All right. So I have actually accidentally started this quest already, because like the moment you teleport here, it just starts the quest already. I just did my best to resist. Oh no, I forgot to use my resin on my main account actually. Oh, that's fine. I guess I'll do it later. Here we go. We're doing our... Okay. My music just refuses to keep playing, so I'm just gonna use Sybranax's music.
You two look familiar, but if you'd like, I can pass whatever.
We ran.
Oh?
Here goes
you don't
RJ with
mind.
an English accent speaking Tagalog. I'm so sorry, man. I mean, like, I don't really have a good Tagalog accent though.
There are rumors he'll become Bahu.
In fact, my colleagues laughed at me this one time because they said my Tagalog sounds weird.
There's no rush. What kind of
They have no complaints about my English, but like whenever I speak, because I feel awful. Like I hate it. I hate speaking in English to other Filipinos. I don't know why. I don't know why. It makes me think that like, oh, I sound like a social climber. Like I'm trying to sound cool and sound smart or sound rich. Or sound like I'm more than what I am by speaking in English to somebody who can clearly speak Filipino. And I don't know why it's not even that I think they will think something of me. It's more of what I think of myself.
Passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said per protocol, this matter was reported.
I hear dogs.
You're over.
Really?
Neighbors' dogs.
In that
Yes,
case,
I know
Already
lives next
against
door.
protocol for acting Grand Sage.
I know lives next door. Somebody forgot to give him something. Give him a bone.
Ilyas claim that Siraj will be. Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the act.
You speak
close to
Tagalog
the
like you're
time
biting your
Ilyas
tongue.
given. So we've decided to head to the town. That's
Although I can speak it kind of better. It's not like a perfect Tagalog accent. It's like a forced Tagalog accent. I feel the same way when I speak Tagalog. The language and the vocabulary are a little bit easier. Actually, you know what? Never mind. It's if I try to speak Tagalog in a Tagalog accent, it's about as hard for me to do that as me trying to speak in English in a British accent. Because I have to constantly be thinking, what would this word sound? What would this word sound?
I'll have to trouble you
Mort,
with the
mort.
protection of our primary witness.
Also, hey, good to see you again, by the way, EMP. Yeah, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Only enables the questioner. Besides,
I think
I
the
need
Tagalog
him to
of wish
understand my
is
position
healing.
clearly.
Oh, healing. Yeah, that's
Karlov
right.
has just as
I think
many
that's
doubts
right.
about
Yeah,
my
yeah.
coming along as you do. But unlike you two,
Healing.
he's
But
making this
I
matter
don't.
more complicated
That's not
than it
really
is.
something the
Because
Filipinos
consider
would
that
say.
question. The test was
I guess like it
This
would
is
sound.
why I was
Oh,
against becoming the acting Grand Sage
if
from
you
the very
literally
first.
translate "I wish you well" in Tagalog, it would sound like you're hitting on someone.
Then why did
I'm trying to picture it out.
Really?
It would sound like you're hitting
a
on someone.
misperception, perhaps? Or
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Kasharawar research.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, it would actually sound like you're hitting on someone. I'm trying to imagine it. Wasn't able to watch your stream because of SV. SV? What's
I would like
SB?
to
Oh,
ask you,
school.
of course,
Okay.
Do you
Yeah, it's
know
alright, man.
Siraj?
Sure. Please take care of real life before some random dude on the internet. You go sleep now. Good night. Oh, alright. Thanks for coming by, Sybranax. Take care, man. And thanks again for your awesome music.
Do you have any more
By the way,
No,
the
it's
music
all yours. But I'd like to borrow
I'm
Ilyas
playing
for a
on right
while.
now is all Sybranax.
That's fine. We conducted a comprehensive. However, I am curious. What the?
I've read some papers.
I see.
Follow me.
I guess it's pretty hard for me to switch between different accents, especially when I get going. Cebuano, swapping between Cebuano and a Cebuano accent and an North American accent is
thought
pretty
you would've
easy for me. But with something like Tagalog, it's a little harder because I'm not
Yes.
that native to a Tagalog accent.
You couldn't be for the time being. All
So
you
stuck
need
at
to
Air
know is that
45.
we were
Ah, it's
once
okay, Anoko.
classmates.
Wait, if you're
I
stuck
became
at Air
the
45,
scribe
maybe you
afterwards,
haven't
but
done
he's
the
forbidden from violating my
World
opinion.
Ascension quest.
He's most likely trying.
Have you?
Super Ilyas? Can you try to remember things again?
Maybe you haven't, because there is a
It is
World Ascension
possible
quest at
for a
Air
person,
45.
However, now
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and
Oh, yeah, I'm
experimented
watching
on.
you while listening to Lil
The kind of
Uzi.
person
Lol.
I am, the things I've done, but
do tell.
Yeah, my
first,
bosses are
to get my pick, I'm
still
not sure
stuck
about
at
the
green.
detail.
And the second
Oh,
I
Not unexpected. However,
I need a level to be
losing
gray.
your mem-
oh, thank you. I have so but I missed
Wait,
it.
what are you?
Nevertheless,
What does that mean?
I have you all to thank.
Bosses are stuck
I
at
see.
green. I need the level to be gray. I don't understand. Is that a thing? Is that a thing that I've never paid attention to? Right? Oh yeah, there. EMP also doesn't know. What does that mean? Where am I going? Oh, there. Okay. Hi, what's up, Monette? Hey, I think I remember you. You've been here before, haven't you? How's it going, man? The level colors? Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever paid attention to those at all. But I think I do know what you mean, yeah.
Oh, acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. I've sent this.
Yeah, because I think
Yes, though that is-
I remember
I believe
like
you
normal
noticed.
enemies,
Yes,
like
of
the
course.
level,
Oh,
the level like above their
where have you
heads
been these
do
past
have a
few
color.
days? That was our busy.
I'm sorry.
But
Something unexpected.
I've never
came up.
ever paid attention
But I know
to
I've caused trouble.
like
other
them
researchers
having
more
different
like you.
colors.
Remember Chandra? You were in charge of following up.
Oh
on
hey, I
the
guess
site
that
to
means I'm
track
not that
things
old
out.
then,
He's the
because I
12th
still
person.
remember
Understood.
someone. How's it going,
Not
Monette?
my
Long time no
paycheck.
see, man.
I'll pay you in full once you return. Is this acceptable?
I have no objection.
Look for Chandra. Breaking news 150-50 in yellow. Right now? Like just now? Seriously? Also, I should have just teleported. Yo, congrats! Not on my main account though. Okay. Well, hey, at the very least you have a Yelan somewhere. Congrats, man. Congrats. Happy for you. Best of luck getting artifacts.
Yes.
I guess that's
Long
one,
time
huh?
no see.
Good
What
morning.
can I do
Don't
for
you have
you?
work today? Good morning,
I heard
Potato.
that you canceled your
Yes,
Oh, that-
but not in the morning.
It's really
That's why I'm
nothing
streaming now.
special.
No motivation.
Yeah. Say,
RJ, it's 4 a.m. I randomly woke up.
you look
I
sort
also
of
got Yellen to
familiar.
90. Oh, nice. Congrats,
Don't mind.
Abby.
Well, with the downfall of the
Oh,
Sages
also,
not
thanks for
long
showing
ago,
me
many
your
of the
Shogun
projects
art, by the
they
way.
led
That was
were
really
put up with the
nice.
situation when you say, wow.
And that's really awesome of you to actually share it like strictly with me. That's awesome. You should share it with other people too.
I'm sure you're all the way back then. The
If you look in
Akasha
the adventure
was
handbook,
beyond
click
I
bosses under the
see.
bottom.
You get it. There are
Bosses
only a
says the
handful,
level.
although
There's
our
a
names will be-
color green, easy, medium, red, dangerous. Oh. Wow, I can't believe it. I've never ever. Oh, I guess maybe because I've never used the handbook before. I think that's it. And okay, so you know, never mind. That's a lie. I have used the adventure handbook before, but I used it once. I was farming for kaching mats. I was farming whopper
now.
flower mats,
I remember what
and I used the handbook because I was still playing on my laptop back
It's
then.
what Siraj was researching.
And this was
the
like
topic of the
way
thesis he
long
had
ago
submitted.
when Genshin
Collective
didn't have
consciousness and the path of evolution.
did not have a lowest setting. They didn't have a lowest setting. They
Siraj
only had
believed
low.
that by first,
They
it would
only
place
had low,
overmind with
and then
divine
the
tasks.
lowest
Lastly, members would share
render
their memories and
resolution
emotions
was,
to facilitate the rapid exchange of information within the
1.1,
collective.
I believe. Yeah, the lowest render resolution was
Think of it as
1.1
linking many
from what
minds
if I
together.
remember
Eventually,
this correctly.
Siraj believes this collective consciousness
And
just as Alhaitham said.
they didn't have as many
Siraj gave all the
resolutions that they have
small
now.
numbers.
I think the
also-
lowest resolution back then was like
I tried my
720p.
best.
Take your time.
So like my
off?
old laptop could just barely
only
run
I'm not
Genshin.
sure what
So it
Siraj-
was it
Wait.
and I didn't buy the extra RAM yet. So I only
I
had
heard you all
4
talking
gigs of
about
RAM back
Siraj
then.
just now.
And it felt awful
Well,
to play.
Siraj,
I
there are
didn't
many that
I
said I
wanted
do know a
everything else to be
researcher who, if you're
closed. In fact, I
interested, you
even
can try to
turned
find
off
her.
my
She's your
my firewall, or like what is it, like my antivirus. I turned off Windows Defender, like real time thing, just to play Genshin, just to like min max the limited resources my laptop had. Can I go by here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, here. Okay.
Are you Janaki? We'd like to ask you a couple of things about Siraj.
I thought you'd like mommy. Of course. Not just me though. We.
I'm sorry.
We
but
like
I don't
mommy.
recognize.
Who doesn't like mommy,
No,
huh?
I'm not. I actually.
Hello,
have
RJ, where do you
amnesia,
work?
so I've lost
We
a
fans
lot
don't
of
know
my-
anything about you. What do you mean? Like I'm not even like actively trying to hide all of this information. I mean, obviously I hide like my address, my name, because like I live in a very small city, and the Philippines isn't that big of a country that it's not hard to find me as soon as you find out my name and my address. Or sorry, not even address, like even city name. Or maybe even region, yeah.
At most.
But yeah, like whenever I am able to talk about it, I do talk about it. What do you work? I work at home, man. I work at home. I tutor English to Asian, mostly children, some adults too.
So I really don't. That's all I have to say.
Because English is like a significant thing in terms of career development for a lot of Asian countries.
Do you want to? Huh? Even though you're a witness against Siraj in this case, you've also lost your memory. No one can force. I'm not
I
sure what
pulled
to do.
when I was watching. I
can
got
look up
2
your
Hu
file.
Taos.
Something
2
that
Hu
costs
Taos,
trouble
like
for
right
a lot of
now,
people. Would you like
Monet?
me to look at- Yes.
Right,
All
just
right.
now? Or was this from before? Are you serious? Whoa, that's nuts. That's actually insane. If that's true, wow, congrats, man. Alright, well, you got Hu Tao down. All you gotta do is make sure you have a weapon for her. You don't need you don't need Homa. If you have Dragon's Bane, that is actually, especially at high requirement, Dragon's Bane is her second best weapon. Like, in fact, Dragon's Bane R5 might be better than some other 5 stars. The only disadvantage to Dragon's Bane is you do need really good stats on your artifacts so that you can have good crit ratio. Because Dragon's Bane is like it only gives EM and damage percent. It doesn't really give you any crit. So you need good artifacts for her if you have Dragon's Bane.
That's true. I'll also try. I'm holding.
Wow, congrats! It is true. Nice. Congrats. Happy for you, Manette. Where are we going? Talk to Alhaitham. How do I find you? I guess. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. That's insane luck, actually. 2 Hu Taos just like that. I've never ever. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna. That's a lie. Well, it's partially a lie, but it's also partially true. I've never had that kind of luck on my accounts.
Where are those who share the memory?
I did have that luck, a similar luck on Happy's account, and that was insane. We got 2 Yelons.
The important files from the last few years should all.
But I guess like if you have no Hu Tao yet, getting 2 Hu Taos is actually really good because like you know C1 is actually a big thing for Hu Tao, whereas for Yelan C1 isn't that big of a thing. But still, I've never had luck like that before on any of my accounts. Hey, what's up, Awesome? Good to see you, man. How's it going?
What's wrong?
I think Homa was created by Indarius, one of the
found
Yakshas.
Yak's file.
Indarius, is that
Let's make
the
down
Geo guy? Or is that... I don't remember.
What?
This file
Is that the Geo Yaksha that made... oh, the Pyro one.
Your instructor
The
was
Pyro one, you
engaged in
mean...
academic fraud,
So the
and
Pyro
you
one was like the
report about this
4-armed guy,
incident.
right? The one that was shown in
What is
the...
it?
One of the Archon
Alright.
quests?
No,
In
it's
the
just-
Chasm Archon quest? The one that got trapped in the Chasm?
Let's put this matter
That went crazy?
Sorry.
Who?
It should have been something good.
Oh,
to
was it
hear, but
the girl?
My body is instinctively.
Take it slow. Recover. Just do what you think is.
Thank you.
Let's head to Gandhar
Wait, I gotta look this up.
Elias's paycheck to his sister. Come on.
Indarius. Oh, okay. The one that I thought looked awesome. The one that I definitely did not I definitely was not physically attracted to. Definitely. Yeah, 100%. My geography teacher is really nice, though she knows that some of the class has second part of the finals exam. Exams 2 weeks instead of next week. Wow, that's awesome. I do understand why a lot of teachers, like school teachers, seem like they're not very nice people. Because imagine, they are people. These teachers are people too, right? And some of them, so because, adulting, right? Adulting things. When you have a job, did I just go backwards? When you have a job, obviously the goal is to do the job, right? To complete the tasks at the job. And whether you do them with little, whether you do them, let's say you complete them 100%. Completing a task 100% is different levels of difficulty and requires different levels of effort and energy for different people, depending on how smart they are, how good they are at it, how long they've been doing it, and like whether they like it or not, and a lot of other factors. So, and some people just decide to,
Dad,
they want to complete that task to 100% with as little effort as possible, with as little strain on themselves as possible. And sometimes that little strain means that they're going to be pushing that strain onto someone else.
He wants them to know that he has amnesia.
Hey!
So
That's enough, you two. Ilyas. Let's find...
I don't really like. I do understand. Like it's a, I don't know. It's just this thing that I've been slowly understanding more and more of, because I don't wanna. I don't like being angry. I don't like not liking anyone. I always try my best to understand why a person is someone who I don't like, especially if they're doing their job. Because I'm sure not everyone wants to be an awful person, right? Like, why would anyone want to be an awful person unless if they have reasons?
Yes.
Unless if they're just insane.
Oh, my apologies. But I said that...
Loathing?
Yeah, but...
Just an average day in the stream? Yeah, well, I mean, like, average, yeah, sure. It's another podcasty type stream. as RJ does. Insulted us whenever we said the wrong answer. Well, maybe that's their way of motivating you. Yeah, maybe that's their way of motivating you. So like imagine, right? Like imagine so remember in like a typical classroom, there's like what, 30, 40, 45 students, maybe even 50. Every one of those kids might have a different personality and might have a different way of learning. And it's very hard to switch like just like that when you're talking to this kid. Okay, I know this kid's personality, and remember, your class isn't the only class they teach. They have to teach other classes too, so they might have to remember everyone's names. Like, and by everyone I mean like potentially like let's say 4 classes of 40 students. They have to remember 40 names. Sorry, no, 160 names. Let's say they teach more than that. Let's say they teach 10 classes. Like, what is that? 400 names. You have to remember all of that. You have to remember what they have to do next, what they have to do next, and like what is like near, which deadline is nearest to whatever they're doing. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Did he get separated?
There's no need for that.
Alright. We'll continue in and see if he can...
Is Ayaka better or Shenhe? Ayaka. Oh yeah. Just like what Awesome said. Ayaka is a DPS and Shenhe is a buffer. Shenhe cannot be used as a DPS. Like, I mean, you could try, you sure,
okay,
but she just won't.
You've done more than enough.
It just doesn't work.
I don't understand.
You guys are just built
Everyone
different.
knows
Lol.
that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application. And
Damage-wise,
You
Ayaka's
know how
better.
many people are working on that
Yeah.
project?
If you don't have
If
Ayaka
Johnny was kicked out
or
because of
Ganyu
But
and
he's
you pull on
obviously
Shenhe,
taking advantage of you.
what are you doing?
Throws you the
What are you
hardest
doing,
work,
man?
and after you're done
Where are you
pulling
gonna
all
buff
that,
with
it's not
Shenhe?
right. Why are you putting up with this?
I guess you could buff
A lot of
Rosaria
people warn me to not
or
say
Chongyun.
anything, and I think they have a point. This is just how things are. All I want
It takes me
is
1 hour for only
it's okay.
commission and resin stuff.
Treating people
Oh,
like
is that
cat.
because
Enough.
your
It's
phone
fine.
is laggy
I
again,
just need to suck it
Amuro-san?
up and get it done.
That's harsh. Public shaming. Actually, don't know. Sometimes though, shaming can motivate someone.
Of course.
Like for example, like public shaming, and whether it be someone shaming someone else to motivate that person, or just you going about your day and then getting embarrassed in public because of making a mistake or because of not being good enough at doing something, right? It can actually be a good motivator. While I understand it feels awful, and it would just be better overall if people just didn't get embarrassed or whatever, right? But then sometimes we need that motivation. Oh. Sometimes we need that motivation, and sometimes that motivation can actually push you to be better.
Solidify.
No touching.
Into the wind.
And I do understand different people have different things that motivate them better,
The wind knows me.
and that is true.
Born of ice and frost.
For me, anger is my best motivator. It's weird, but anger and frustration is my best motivator.
Looks like it's been done for a while.
Sorry, RJ, gotta go to eat. I'll come back later. Oh, all right. Thanks for hanging out with us, Monet,
Contributing to
and
the
congrats on your
collective by
C1
only
Hu Tao.
thinking to your strengths. How easy.
That teacher not only insulted us, made us feel bad about ourselves. She barely made us write notes. Got mad.
Alhaitham. Just
Didn't know
thinking
anything,
of that name
or didn't
fills
write
me with
anything.
hatred. We must get rid of him.
Well, I also didn't say all teachers were perfect, so you know. It's alright, man. It happens. It happens. Remember, there's 8 billion people on Earth. So there's bound to be different personalities. What do you think about the real sword on Ayato? No, it's awful.
An entire
Do
year's
do
worth
not
of work down the
use
drain.
any royal weapons
Your reputation.
at all. Like, no. Imagine a weapon that gives you crit rate, but the crit rate goes away when you crit.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll
No,
accept
please.
it anyway. You.
Sometimes if it gets too personal, it's too much, RJ. Yeah, of course. Everything in what's the word I'm looking for?
What did you see this time?
Moderation. There you go. Everything in moderation. Well, whether it be health, like for example, you want to eat fries because you want to feel good, right? You want to reward yourself. You want to eat something that you like. You want to eat some fries, a burger, right? Have a cheat day, sure. Why not, right? That's good. But everything in moderation. Don't eat it too much because that's also not good. But then, hang on. I'm trying to come up with an excuse. Oh yeah, that's right. So, from what I understand, I think there is also like there are some vegetables that you shouldn't eat too much of. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. I'm not like a nutritionist or whatever, right? But from what I recall, there are certain fruits and or vegetables that if you eat nothing but only that, like 90% of your diet is only that vegetable or that fruit, it can actually also be bad. Like I guess an example would be like for example bananas, right?
You seem troubled.
Let's say.
Who are you?
Okay, let's say you have a potassium deficiency, but you're high on sugar. Like you have high blood sugar. It's also not bad because like bananas have a lot of sugar in them. Granted, it's not artificial sugar, but it is sugar nonetheless.
Johnny for academic fraud.
Right, so everything in moderation, really. Whether that be how your own personality, and showing your personality to other people. It's good to be transparent, but sometimes if you have a certain personality, not everyone might appreciate that. So it's always like good to keep it in moderation, right? Like showing who you are in moderation, making sure that you gauge your surroundings first. And other than that, there's diet, there's like basically everything. Playing video games on moderation. Do not be like me. Do not be like me. Play video games in moderation.
You've come. I intentionally slowed my integration into the collective consciousness because I wanted to see you one last time as Ilias. And I wanted to apologize to you as him, to throw off the mantra. And
I'm going the meta path and saving my primos for Zhongli.
Not that I got scared.
Zhongli, Kazuha, and Kokomi. Whoa, really? Wow, I'm surprised. You used to be like pull for who you like before. That's very surprising to me.
Is this your decision?
I mean, I don't mind Kazuha. Zhongli, well, I guess, yeah, you do use Yoimiya a lot, so Yoimiya does really appreciate having Zhongli around. But why Kokomi, though? Do you not have Mona already? I don't remember. I guess if you don't have Mona, getting Kokomi is actually pretty nice.
There's no need to deny that in the terminus. Welcome. A few simple words from you, and my research was consigned to nothing.
She would get angry at me. Oh man, that's okay. Now I understand, Primon, why you haven't logged into Genshin in a long time, because you don't have your own device. Yeah, that's okay. That's completely understandable. Gotta go for a few minutes, RJ. But don't come back. Stream later. Have a good day or night. Oh, all right. Thanks for hanging out with us, Anoko. Take care, man. Have a good one.
Yes.
That's easy for you to
What if I turn to Ziox? I would play in moderation, right?
You two are just as you think that everyone should allow.
Wait, what about Ziox? I don't understand. I don't know the lore. What is this? Hey there, RJ. How are you doing? Been some time, huh? Hey, good to see you, ABC. Yeah, it has been some time. I'm good. Thanks for asking, man. A few problems. IRL, but you know, that's how life goes. But I've been having a very good week, or past few weeks overall, and obviously, you know, as life goes, it's never going to be, there are always going to be speed bumps along the way, and a few are coming up pretty soon, which I'm gonna have to fight through. But yeah, still good, happy and healthy, not starving currently, so that's the most important part. On all of them, I just need, oops, hang on, more characters to improve my account. Also, yeah, I don't have Mona. Oh, okay. Well, so the thing is, you might not need Kokomi on your account at all. If you never plan on wishing for Ayaka.
That is the will of the
Ayaka and or Ganyu.
Even with the hatred gone,
because the only maybe not the only, but like the most the teams that I could think of that actually need Kokomi, or like just flat out don't work without Kokomi and or Mona, are Ganyu freeze and Ayaka freeze. Well, you could go the copium route with those teams and just use Barbara, but why would you hurt yourself, right? Like, we're not masochists here.
What's going on? What's with this sudden influx of information?
Gotta go now, RJ. Time to burn my resin. Oh, alright. Thanks for hanging out with us, awesome. Take care, man. I need Kokomi for Ayaka. I have her, you know. I have both Ayaka and Ganyu. Oh, okay, yes, okay. Well then, get Kokomi. You need her. That's actually really rough. I remember playing on Happy's account, feeling awful that he had Ayaka, but no Kokomi or Mona, and it was such a sigh of relief of getting Mona at some point. It was awesome. It felt great.
But Siraj is the most intelligent among us. He is...
Oh, I should turn off my music here for a bit.
What have you done?
Calm down.
You sound like a kid. What have you done? What have you done to my toy? You big meanie.
Designated as number 36. What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
I'm telling Mom.
Has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive.
I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my hive from the inside out!
Could you imagine if these were like kids playing and like the guy was like building some sort of like pillow fort or something? Like, I see what you're doing. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get from the get inside my fort. You're trying to destroy it from the inside out. You big meanie.
As soon as one person begins to have these thoughts,
that's me. I can freeze without Mona. Yeah, I can't imagine not having Mona. I've been lucky enough to have had Mona for a long time now on all my accounts, and I count that as a blessing. While people don't really what is it? Think too highly of Mona nowadays anymore. But just not having her makes it so that it's pretty hard to use at least two of the like quite staple meta characters.
My number shouldn't be so far down the list. Siraj is a liar. This isn't what we agreed to.
I should be the one in your position.
Really, you that Mona hates me. That's okay, Kizo. I understand. I mean, like, you know, if it makes you feel any better, on Happy's account, Xiangwing seems to hate Happy, and Xiangming's such a staple character. No. Happy's account is AR-59, almost AR-59, and still only has C1 Xiangling.
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consent, for example. However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the disturbance, setbacks, apprehension, but in the hive, where there are no a few words were enough.
You were already... You knew that...
I knew it from the... Moreover, you have a naive... You would never...
I cannot imagine
I never thought I'd hear those words come from you.
Yaimiko,
I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal.
and Ayato.
When you were with us,
all coming together, like, and they're like, they hate you. Imagine all these three people hate you, and they all like want to work together. Like, I cannot see a world that you would survive. Yeah, like if these three people want you dead.
I just want on the other.
Who is like a smart like
the arrogant one.
strategist in Mondstadt? Is there one? Or in Liyue?
I'm just an ordinary.
I guess Zhongli's pretty smart. But then like he's like smart, like he knows history because he has experienced history because of how old he is.
The symbols. Looks like things have already.
But he's not. He hasn't shown any like strategic feats. Oh, Albedo. Albedo is more like science smart. Yeah, he's like science smart, and he's like curious. Because he is a, he's technically some sort of scientist, right? Kaya? Diluc? I guess so, but like maybe not to the extent of like Yaimiko, Ayato, or Alhaitham.
Don't worry.
Like
the Matra have started screening suspicious persons. And we've
like
already
doing 5-head moves. Mona Mona is mostly smart because she can kind of see some form of the future. Jean is smart, yes. Like all of them are smart actually, but then like they're like Jean is more like hearty. Yeah, she has a lot of heart is what Jean is, and that's her character.
What came over me?
Kaya's a schemer as well. Yeah, right?
We were accomplices without knowing it. But I'm afraid that Alhaitham might pressure the Matra into giving us heavier sentences. Whether he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him.
Hi RJ, happy non-working holiday today. Well, hey, what's up, Jammy boy? Well,
we can discuss the
I mean, for most people, because I work for myself, then I don't really want to give myself a day off.
Could you help us apologize
My
to
boy Ito is the smartest.
It's okay.
Not gonna lie, Ito is actually smarter than his character lets on.
So, were they? We can ask.
Yeah, Ito is actually smarter than his character lets on. He's like 80% heart. No. He's like 95% heart, 5% brain. But that 5% brain is also not nothing.
Whether I should just come full, but I didn't have the. So in the end,
They got Yelan. 110 pull, 50-50, 0 pity. Whoa. I haven't even lost 50-50 for 3 banners. Raiden, Zhongli, Yelan. Meanwhile, I've been unlucky with artifact energy. When that's awful. I mean, like it's good. Like you have more characters to play with, but
thanks.
Okay. It feels bad. I'm sorry to hear that, ABC. But hey, I mean, I'm happy for you. You got really good luck with characters, and I think honestly, I think I would prefer that. Yeah, I think I would prefer having good luck with character pulls and maybe even weapon pulls, but having bad luck with artifact RNG, because artifacts are like one of the few forms of endgame that Genshin has, the forms of endgame that don't really have like an ending, right? And other than Abyss, so Abyss really is, it does have an ending. When you 36 star it, that's it, you're done. Pulling for characters, it feels good. That is the gambling side of gacha.
We can return now.
And that is the gacha side of Genshin, and I think that feels good. Well, you can argue that yeah, sure, getting a good artifact also feels it is gacha. It's RNG. Feels good getting a good one. But artifacts just make your characters stronger, whereas getting new characters give you a new gameplay. Should I complain to Hoyoverse because at rank 57
is reminding me of some other
I don't have a Shangling constellation? Okay. I mean, like, if you complain to MiHoYo about it, they would probably just ignore you. They would just be like, okay, this is good. Another person that doesn't have C4 Shangling. Because I'm willing to bet MiHoYo is looking for a way to indirectly nerf Shangling. Shangling has been the face of meta, of Genshin meta, like arguably, right? Arguably, since forever. Since people realized how good as a pyro DPS she was. Like, this might sound weird, but originally people used Shangling as a physical DPS. And if you think about it, people weren't really using Shangling as a physical DPS. They were using Crescent Pike as a physical DPS. It's just that Shangling was the better character suited to using Crescent Pike because she had a lot of hits, and therefore she would proc Crescent Pike more. Yeah,
Ah,
and
you're back.
when people
Quick,
realize
come
how
help me
good
see
she
if
was
this
as a
painting's all
pyro
straightened.
DPS, she has not fallen off of
Stop making a
that
fuss.
top spot,
They're
like the
obviously
top of that
guests.
meta pyramid.
You're not from the academia, are you? Wait,
Xiangling
what?
just because of Abyss, bro. Yeah, I know. Everyone has gets Xiangling after completing floor 3, I believe. Yeah.
Your leap. Sorry, I know we've only just met,
Don't
but I
jinx
have
it.
to ask.
But I think it's about time I lose 50-50.
you,
Lol.
wouldn't
Well,
happen
the
to be
fact that I
actors
said
that
it
Alhaitham
probably
hired
means
to
that it's
pretend to
gonna
be his
happen because
friends,
I'm just that unlucky.
Guess
Maybe I
not.
shouldn't have read that.
I've
I'm
never
so
seen him
sorry.
invite friends home
I might have
before,
just
so please
cursed
excuse
you
my surprise.
by saying that. By reading
okay.
your message.
Well, don't worry about it.
You seem like you...
Are you serious? Still.
Judging by the deafening din
Oh,
coming from the living room, you all must...
I don't know. Okay.
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
Onoko's gone, right? Yeah, he went already. Okay, but
I'll
he
leave
did
the
say that
books
he
here.
might come back, but he also said he might not. For any of you Genshin lore theorists, enthusiasts out there,
A year ago, Siraj
I
the
recently
First,
heard
the
this
second was
theory
that
about Zhongli
one way to stabilize
being
collective
one
con-
of the
optimal
7
I'm merely
sovereigns.
stating it's impossible
If
for
you guys know what that
why-
is.
Ha! That's rich coming
I
from
think I
you.
refuse to
If
build
humans
Xiangling
aren't
simply
humans
because
without their
Hyperbloom is the meta
humanity,
right
What
now.
about you?
At least I'd
Wow,
be
really?
sorry for
So
eavesdropping,
you
but
didn't build Xiangling
are
before
you all
Dendro?
okay?
Why not?
Huh. So that's... Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once. See those books?
Can you
Well, the
feel
thing
the-
is, if you
so
build
the pot's
Xiangling,
calling the
you
kettle.
can just
quite
use
well.
Xiangling on the other
Much
team and
better
you
than
use
you.
Hyperbloom on the other side.
You don't
Like
understand
the
anything.
current Abyss,
Stop criticizing
the
my
second
taste
half
in
is just
decoration.
is just made for national. Yeah, the second half is just made for national, and the
You
first
whisper
half
very
is made for Hyperbloom.
Do you have any more questions?
Let Paimon think.
I bear them no ill will.
Oh, maybe not
To some
Hyperbloom,
extent.
but like Dendro and Electro.
It doesn't matter. I never can. Judging from his experiences, he's more courageous. I'm going for dinner in 10 minutes.
Paimon doesn't have any more questions. Oh, you only start
In fact, if I had a better
I now
Dendro team,
understand the reason. Correct. The fact
I
that
would
Siraj's
actually
project attracted
use a
so much
Dendro team on the
interest
first
despite
half.
not being approved
But
speaks
instead,
to the
because I
the
don't
acting
have a
grants.
good
In
Dendro
addition,
team,
what happened to
I
Ilias
just
is worth our
brute force
attention.
my way through the first
Reporting
half by
academic
using
fraud was the
Hu
right
Tao.
thing to do.
Paimon understands.
I think minimum.
Wait.
Yes, I don't think Siraj knew about that. If he had waited just
Didn't
a
care
few
much
more
about floor
days
12
before
Abyss
act-
really.
what'd
I
he
just
do
cruised to
then?
floor 9 to 12. Don't touch floor 12 at all. 9 to 11.
I'm
Oh,
not suited.
really?
If I serve
I mean,
as
if you
acting
cruise
grandson,
through
it's
floor
important
11, I'm sure you could do 12 pretty well already.
See ya.
Have you tried it? Have you ever tried it though? Oh yeah, that's right. You guys, I don't know if you've seen this, but you can actually walk back in here and listen to their
The name
conversation.
Siraj doesn't ring a bell. Was he in your class?
He isn't someone who would leave an impression, so it's expected that you don't remember him.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the academia can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you have a base amount of self-awareness. If the people in the academia haven't gone mad, they'd know that I'm much more suited to be a sage than you.
And I suppose they'd let everyone know that your career as a sage will be as shaky as that painting.
Again, that's mighty rich coming from someone about to resign. In a few days, you'll be managing files again. You'll be back at rock bottom.
But my salary will likely stay the same.
Wait, what? How come? Why do you get special treatment?
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his client.
What a burn. Sick burn right there, man. I can see the fire coming out of Kave's
I
eyes.
took time out of my day to clean the living room for you, and this is the thanks I get for it? I'd
You
have
know-
been better off catching up on my work. I still have designs to finish.
I just had a thought. So, you know how Kave's aesthetic looks very, very pyro? But then, like, he has a Dendro vision. Does that mean that he might be like a burning character sometime in the future? a burning, yeah, like a
Make
burning
sure to pay
centric
back
character.
the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some
I don't
furniture
know.
with that
Just
Mora.
a wild guess.
What? Are you trying to annoy me to death? The decorations you buy keep getting uglier and uglier. What's the point of having a boring wood carving in your house?
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Fine. Go ahead and hide behind your financial success if you want. But if we forget Mora for a second, do you have any...
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features at all?
Oh god, that's...
Artistry, for sure. You don't know the first thing about interior design. Don't go off buying random furniture unless you take
So I
me with
don't
you.
get it though. So I guess they're roommates, right? But are they actually friends? Because like Kaveh keeps saying like you're awful, I hate you. But then like he seems to care so much about what Alhaitham buys for his house. Like I know that he's like staying here, and he doesn't really have a choice because he's not supposed to be here. At least that's what I understand. But why does he care so much?
So I'll have to bring you along and then buy you drinks?
Of course.
But why would I do that? It would just be another form of a loan. And
Can't you just be nice and not ask for the Mora back?
pretending that you're not in debt is as ridiculous as pretending you're not living in someone else's home. Word will get out sooner or later.
Speaking of which, your friends won't say anything, right? Tell them to keep...
There's no need to hide it so carefully. I think the truth's already out. You're such a lightweight that a few drinks at the tavern had you spilling all your beans.
What? No, it can't be.
That's funny. Well, okay. Just a tip. You can walk back in here as many times as you want to, but you're only going to listen to that same conversation over and over again. I don't get it. Like, Kaveh seems to really hate Alhaitham's guts, but then why does he care so much what he like what furniture he buys, what stuff he does, and like him being just a jerk? I mean, Alhaitham, like, don't get me wrong, Alhaitham's cool, he's smart and all, but he's kind of a jerk. He doesn't read their minds, neither does passive.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Nope, no Nahida in sight over here. No Nahida in sight. It's common bros roasting each other. I mean, like, okay, so that's fine though. Yeah. Like if you say that, yeah, that is true. Bros do roast each other. And in more cases than not, like, one is usually at a bigger disadvantage because like one is just super big brained and talented and stuff and lucky, and then one is not. I guess, yeah, I would understand that. Now that you bring that up. Hi, good to see you again, Onoko. Oh, okay. I remember you are a lore guy. So earlier I was asking if you were here already, if you were here again, or if you were still here. I'll share you mine. Oh, that would be awesome if I could. Yeah. If we could just share characters, like, that would be awesome, right? Like, lend another player your character for a day, or like for an hour or something. Wouldn't that be... Wait. Wow, that would be cool. Although, I don't think you should... if they ever introduce a feature like that, I don't think they should ever allow people to use that in Abyss, though. It would be way too OP. People wouldn't even get certain characters. Like, maybe what they would do is they would just make multiple accounts, get different characters on the different accounts, and then lend characters towards each account for whoever needs what. What did you want to ask me, RJ? Oh, okay. So yeah. I recently heard this theory that this dude right here, Zhongli, is one of the 7 sovereigns. Hi, what's up, Shuri? How's it going, man? Have you heard that theory, Onoko? Have you heard that theory that Zhongli might be one of the 7 sovereigns? Hiring mercenaries, it should be limited to 1 character per week. I guess that's okay. Yeah, 1 character per week, right? It would be some form of... It would be kind of like an expedition, right? But instead of like going on an expedition in Tevat, they would be going on an expedition to somebody else's account. Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay, okay. So it was from Wei, W-E-I, Wei. I don't know if anyone else has made that theory. I'm sure other people have. Maybe I just haven't seen their content on it. But so Wei explained that Zhongli, if you... I don't remember the sources that he used to come up with this theory. But so Zhongli, there are a few clues that Zhongli doesn't seem to be affected by the but what's the big tree? Irminsul. Irminsul changing. Right? Like, hang on. I might be in here. Hang on. Profile. Let's see his voice lines. Hotel. Does he have anything about Burbal? Anything about Scaramouche? So I don't remember, but there are a few clues that Zhongli doesn't seem to be affected by Irminsul. So okay, that makes it so that maybe Zhongli is one of the descenders. Right? And who would be a descender? People that probably descended from whatever, or people who predate Tevat. Or at least the current form of Tevat. So, right? And I was kind of, I don't know, I would believe it actually. It was a pretty good theory. That because judging by how old Zhongli is, you would think that he's older than Tevat. At least the current version of Tevat. Let's say as math the science. What? People are tired. Okay, you know what, Pizzo? Just for you, I'm gonna play it. Where is it? No. Which one would that be?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Yeah, people are kind of tired of hearing him say that because of the way that I play Genshin. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I always have Zhongli out, and I'm always, whenever I'm just sprinting around, I always use Zhongli because he's a tall male character and he's the strongest shielder in the game. So when I'm out and exploring, I want to go faster. He's a tall male character, and that tall male character models have a longer sprint animation than short male characters and female characters. And because he's a shielder, I'm like, oh, Heliotros. Okay, ready. Alright, so it's... And most of the time when I go AFK for a bit, or I leave my keyboard untouched for a few minutes because I'm talking or something, people just hear Osmanthus whine day in, day out. I gotta save up if there's only a Kazuha soon. I don't think Kazuha is gonna be rerunning anytime soon. Because, the last Kazuha rerun took a long time. Yeah. So, Onoko, yeah, I remember you're a lore guy. So, yeah, I would recommend you look it up. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool theory that Zhongli... Because remember, right? Remember in Zhongli's second story quest where you get to fight Ajdaha. So when you try to ask Zhongli about the past, about Khaenri'ah and everything, Zhongli talks about a contract. And if you remember what Phanes did, Phanes Phanes, so he and his shades fought the 7 sovereigns. They defeated the 7 sovereigns, and they took charge of Tevat. And what if Zhongli came to an agreement to be one of the seven archons? And from my understanding, the 7 sovereigns were also like of different elements, I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Right? So it kind of makes sense. It might, yeah, it makes sense. Don't trust leaks. Remember how Hoyo surprised everyone by putting Ayaka, Shenhe, and Windblume Festival? Yeah, that's true. You should, okay. So I do not advocate leaks, right? In fact, like I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm mostly against them, but knowing about them or hearing about them is not going to ruin my day. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I might as well switch to my main account while I'm just walking around here doing nothing. I gotta use up some resin on my main account because I forgot to do it earlier. So I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh. I do not advocate leaks. In fact, I am mostly against them, but hearing about them is not going to ruin my day. But if you are going to follow leaks, or even, you know, to make decisions based on leaks, then I would not recommend doing that with leaks on character banners. Because whether leaks are made up or if they're real, MiHoYo could always, like, even if a leak is not made up, even if a leak is real, MiHoYo could always change their mind about which characters to, you know, are going, especially for reruns, because they could just change whatever it is. I'm sure they have tons and tons of like story quests and event quests that they already have written out and are only currently like developing the event itself. So they could just choose whichever story they want to release first, because they think that, oh well, this rerun's already been leaked to oblivion, so let's rerun somebody else. And like, okay, so is her event quest story, or is her involvement in this event story completed? Like, is the writing finished? Is the development of that event finished? It's finished. Okay, let's rerun that instead of this leaked character. Right? MiHoYo could always change their minds about it. So if you're going to make big important decisions based on leaks, like, the only leaks you should be doing that on should be should be new character leaks. Like, if a new character is coming out, or what their kits are, that one is, leaks for those are harder to change, because when you come up with an idea for a character kit, it takes a lot longer, because now you have an idea. Let's say you have a few ideas, and then like the big guy, like the CEO or whoever is like in charge of the development team, they have to make a decision on which one they think makes the most sense and is the easiest to balance out, or whatever, is the most efficient, the most unique, or whatever they want to make a decision of. And then they have to extensively test that. They have to test it with all the different elements, like all the different enemies and potential enemies in the future, right? Or any potential new content that they will release in the future, to see if that's not too OP, to see if it's not terrible, right? Because obviously they don't want to make a character terrible, because that would be awful sales. They also don't want to make it too OP, because that would be imbalance. Hi, back from school. Yo, welcome back, Anemo. Good to see you, man. Oops.
Witness the power of the rock. No, my soul. Game's up. Fun is over. Quiet them now. Higher, higher, hands on fire.
How'd that guy not get hit?
Huh?
Okay, well, I put it on the list, Raimon. Yeah, I might actually start going through accounts here in a bit, because, like, there's really not much else to do. Oh, I just remembered. I remembered I was doing strong boxes. On my Monday stream. And then it was, like, super, super late, and I was dozing off on stream. I was spouting out nonsense. It was embarrassing. I was spouting out nonsense, like slowly drifting. I remember I was doing strong boxes then. Maybe I should do strong boxes. Oh yeah, you're right. Your opinion about people think Genshin is a ripoff of Zelda. Early on in Genshin, everyone did say that. It's nothing new actually. It's not a new opinion. It's a pretty old opinion. When Genshin first came out, everybody said it's a Zelda ripoff. Right? Imagine the gliding, climbing. I mean, even the aesthetic. The aesthetic is very, very similar to Zelda. It's not an exact replica of Zelda aesthetic, but it's pretty close. In the open world, but then the thing that Genshin has that no other game currently has is the unique elemental system that they have.
Quietly now.
It's just something that's, I think, people could try to do. Other game devs could copy into their games. But MiHoYo has done a very good job of balancing all the elements that if others tried to copy this unique elemental system and wanted to find a way to balance it, they would most likely end up just completely copying Genshin. And they wouldn't have any way, or at least like they would have very few ways to come up with their own unique take on this type of elemental system. And still manage to keep it balanced. What are you building? I'm farming artifacts for Nahida. I don't have Nahida yet, but I am waiting for a Nahida rerun. I sincerely regret not pulling for Nahida. But actually, you know what? I don't completely regret not pulling for Nahida, because me not pulling for Nahida means that I got all the characters that I got recently. On my, like, on this account, for example, I recently got, what is this? Oh, okay. Oh, sure, okay. Oh, wait a moment. That means she doesn't need to be here anymore. I don't have enough primos to guarantee Hu Tao and Yelan, including both of their signature weapons. I even have Zhongli for a Hu Tao team, but I don't really like Hu Tao's gameplay. That's understandable, man. Hu Tao's gameplay has a really, really high ceiling, but then it's a bit of a... It's a playstyle that people who don't like to try hard... Yeah, people don't like to try hard, might not appreciate.
If you ever...
Hu Tao's playstyle is very, very active. It's not a casual playstyle. No, it is still so fun. Easy 40k in the overworld. I know, right? Okay, so who do we not have any friendship on? Ah, Faruzan. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Anyone else?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Hu
But
Tao.
where are those?
Oh, Hu Tao's already here. Okay, so I guess Faruzan. Oh, gotta go, RJ. Have a nice day, everyone. Oh, alright. Thanks for hanging out with us, ABC. Take care, man. I got Hu Tao 59 and Yelan 89 pity this banner. Wow, that's awesome, man. I want Naida. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Oh. Wait, look at this. Superhero landing. I messed that up. I couldn't see. Hazel was in the way. Black Widow superhero landing right there. What else? I guess there's nothing else to do. Like, I might have something to do in about half an hour from now, but yeah, that's half an hour from now. Okay. I'm teleporting out of here because this is... When you go into the teapot, it's multiplayer. So, going into any menus doesn't pause the game. And then I'm gonna open up Chrome here. Hang on. What is it called? Enka. There you go. Okay. Do my commissions already? You haven't done them yet?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Wait, stop. So Zhongli. I went to the overworld so that we could... so that we wouldn't hear about Osmanthus wine. Okay. Alright, there you go. Okay. We won't hear anything from Genshin. Alright, I'll do them in a bit. Happy. Give me a moment. I'm just going to... We only have 2 accounts, so I'm only... Okay. Again, just so everybody knows, I'm not reviewing or looking at anyone else's account today. I have 2 on the list. I think Asmar Taylor isn't here anymore. And I'm looking at his for a moment. Just, you know, because it... Like, my thoughts on it might help other people too. And I'm also looking at Frymon's account. And I'm not adding any more to the list. Where is Chrome? Chrome. Here. Okay. Okay, so I think Asmar is not here anymore. But hey, we're gonna look at his account either way. Alright, so he said to look at his Hu Tao and his He said to look at his Hu Tao and Ayato. Alright, AR59. Okay, so we have pretty high standards for this. It's a pretty old account. Black Sword. Okay, so which means a bit of a spender. It's slow. Come on. Great. Zhongli 1-hit KO. Zhongli 1-hit KO. I don't know. Like, I'm not... Oh, yeah, that's right. So I thought I knew how to do that. But then when I went to lose Zhongli do an 800k burst, it made me think, do I know how to play Genshin? I have no idea how he did that. I have no idea how he did that, but he somehow... Like, I'm sorry, by the way. I'm still not talking because, like, it's loading. I don't know why it's slow. It made me rethink... It made me doubt myself whether I know how to build characters. Because, like, no matter how hard I think about it, I can't imagine doing 800k on a Zhongli burst. It's... I don't know. Although, granted, it was with an event. It was an event. I think there was, like, something with that event, too. Like, that also boosted something with Geo. I don't remember. But I cannot imagine that one buffing Zhongli to that extent. Okay, so R1 Black Sword. Does he have any other Battle Pass weapons? Dragon's Bane, Twilight, Fav, Solar Pearl. Okay. What is... Oh, this is the EM weapon. Yeah, okay. Alright. So he has 2 battle pass weapons. Okay. So Air 59, we don't know how many other battle pass weapons he has. We don't know how big of a spender he is, but we can definitely say he's a bit of a spender. Okay, but first, Xyalos, to answer your question, so Zhongli has HP scaling, right? He doesn't scale completely off of HP. He still scales off of attack. He just gets like a bonus from HP. So, but that means because he still scales off of attack, an attack percent sands is still better for damage, although it makes for a weaker shield. So it's up to you whether you want to go for attack sands or HP sands. So damage for Goblet, geo damage is a lot more damage than HP, and obviously crit circlet. Yeah, crit circlet. And depending on your stat distribution with your artifacts, if you have more attack or more crit, if you feel like you have too much crit damage on your substats, then you could maybe go for an attack percent sands, attack percent circlet, but that's highly unlikely, unless if you have insane artifacts like that has just like 40 crit value, like or 50 crit value on them. But yeah, of course you want something that does burst damage. So 4 emblem, or even 2-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Geo set. That's for maximum damage. A 2-piece Medalith is going to be okay too, because HP again, Zhongli gets bonus damage. It gets some damage from HP too, not as much damage as from attack, but you know, it's something. I guess Homa might be his best damage dealing weapon. Yeah, Homa, and if you have Deathmatch is okay too. I think someone here has Deathmatch. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, he doesn't have Deathmatch. Okay, that's an EM Shogun. Alright, so now that it's fully loaded, alright, let's start talking about Azzy's account. So this was Asmar. Asmar Taylor, I don't think you're here. Oh, you're still here. Okay. You're still here. I've spent a lot of money on this game. Oh, you have? Oh, like what have you spent money on? You have R1... You have R1 Battle Pass weapons. So have you only recently started buying the Battle Pass, or did you go the route where you only get one of each Battle Pass weapon? I can't believe a god is weaker than a 5-star mortal. Which mortal are you talking about? Yo, what's up, Daniel? I want to be roasted too. I remember the first time you helped me. I was Air 48. Problems with the chasms serpent on floor 12. I want to be roasted too. I don't typically roast people, man. Everyone who gives me their account and like we view it here, I don't really like roasting people because I don't know them fully. Like, I don't know them as a person. I don't know whether or not they actually know how to play the game, and maybe just don't have a lot of luck, because Genshin, building characters in Genshin like relies heavily on RNG. Money on the battle pass, but also on primos. I have R4 deathmatch. Oh, okay. I see. All right. Well, your Ayato is okay. So first thing that I would typically look at on a typical attack scaling DPS is the attack and crit ratio. Yeah, nothing to complain about. A bit low on the on attack there. I don't know if Ayato has a high base attack actually, but most DPSs, yeah, like your Diluc here. Although you do have Gravestone, but you have an EM Sans too, right? Like your Diluc has 2k attack. I typically try to aim for, yeah, I don't think 1700 is low. I think like 1400 is low, right? 1500 is low. I think 1700 is like average to a little high. If you could get more attack, that would be better. If you use him as a hyper carry, then chances are you're gonna use him with Bennett. So okay, you get a lot of attack from Bennett too. Especially if you have like a catalyst character with him, then TTDS. So not having a high attack on him at base is okay, I guess. If you're using him with a lot of attack buffers like Bennett or TTDS or whatever. Yeah, nothing to complain about. 4 Glad too, really good. Let's look at your artifacts, by the way. Really good artifacts, actually. Very few wasted rolls I could see. Like, what are the wasted rolls that you have here? Yo, you have very few. Like, you have this ER from over here. I guess you have flat attack too. An extra roll of flat attack over here. Is that an extra flat def roll, or is that just one roll? Yeah, but like, yeah, either way, still really good. Yeah, like, because ER, you don't typically want ER. You don't typically look for ER on Ayato, but it's not a terrible thing to have either. Usually use him with Bennett. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a really good, man. Really good. So the crit, what is it? Like, crit value looks like a whale crit value, right? But you also have to think that you also have to take into consideration this is also with a crit weapon. So if you take away the black sword, like 27%, this would be 49 to 23, which isn't which is very good, right? It's very good, but it's not like whale territory. So yeah, like, don't, whenever you're looking at other people's character builds and look at a crit ratio that looks like this, don't immediately think that, oh, whale, right? Because sometimes a crit weapon can help out a lot. And I'm not saying that having crit weapons makes it so that you're artificially boosting your crit value. It's just making it so that you need less crit on your artifacts. You can, because you have more crit on your weapon, that means you can go for, you can say, oh, okay, I have attack percent here. This is fine. I can just use this because I already have a lot of crit here anyway. It's just stat distribution, really. This is really good. Nothing to complain about here. Hu Tao, C0. EM, okay, nice. You have EM too. 64 235. Crit rate, for my taste, is a bit on the low, maybe not low, a little lower than I would prefer. Especially with a Hu Tao as fully built as this, I would just my preference. I just prefer having 70 or more crit damage, or sorry, crit rate. Crit damage ascension, so actual ratio is around 50-180. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's also the crit rate or crit damage character ascension stat also. So it sometimes those make you feel they kind of, maybe not, yeah, they artificially enhance your crit ratio. So what I typically use to gauge my characters when I'm building my characters, what I typically use to gauge is I try to remove their ascension stat if they ascend off of, if their ascension stat is crit rate or crit damage, I try to remove that, and then I try to remove the crit rate or crit damage from weapons too, and that's how I decide if my artifacts are good enough for me to stop building them anymore. So for me to decide whether I should keep building them or to stop building them. I used to deathmatch on her before. I got Homa. Oh, that was really good, man. That was really good. Oh, so okay, you would have had yeah, a lot more crit rate with deathmatch then. Okay, yeah, your crit ratio would have been like a lot more balanced before. But this is fine too, because Homa gives you a ton of damage. So having a little bit less crit rate but gaining that much more damage, I think it's worth it. So okay, you have a weapon that gives HP and an HP Sands. So typically people would, if you have Homa, people would go for an EM Sands. But because you actually have a decent amount of EM across your artifacts. So 138 is not a lot. I would say some people would aim more for like 200 or more EM. Some people even go as far as like 300 EM. But I think this is fine, especially if you have other, if you have characters that share EM. Especially like maybe if you run Hu Tao with let's say VV Vape Hu Tao with Sucrose, right? Let's say you run her with Amber using Elegy, and then Sucrose to share EM then you're gonna get a ton of EM from that. Or if you have one character on the team that has instructor set, so it's having this amount of EM is not terrible at all. It's also not a huge loss while trading some crit damage for some EM. Like if you take away, let's say, like maybe a total of like 4 or 5 crit damage rolls and then put them into EM, that might give you a higher damage potential, but then not reaching that slightly higher damage potential is also fine, especially because EM only works if you're able to vape. And sometimes we may find ourselves in a situation where we may have to compromise. Like for me, for example, I very often run National on one side and Hu Tao vape on the other side, in which case I'm gonna have to run a Yelan as my Hydro character for Hu Tao. And because my Yelan is not C2, now C2 Yelan is still not completely enough Hydro to vape everything that Hu Tao has, but it's better. And the fact that my Yelan is C0 and not C2 means that my Yelan even has less Hydro than is ideal for my Hu Tao. So in that case, your crit damage is still going to be usable even if you don't vape compared to having EM. So yeah, that's why I prefer to not like have EM and crit damage perfectly balanced. I prefer to have a little bit more crit damage that I need than even if it's at the cost of a little bit less EM than what I want. Because crit damage is just usable whether or not I vape. Yeah, that's why I got Yelan. Oh, that's good. Yeah, like user Hyper Bloom with Xingqiu. Ah, okay. That's good, man. That's good. Like I think, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I think Yelan is so valuable, because we already know how valuable Xingqiu is, and giving yourself another one. Imagine just having 2 Xingqius, right? It's like that. I need to improve my weak god team. Oh, all right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Zayelas. Take care, man. This is my Hu Tao. It does look very similar to your Hu Tao, actually, Happy. Now that I look at it, yeah, it does look very similar to your Hu Tao. Yeah, your Homa's R2 though. Why did you R2 your Homa though? Okay, I guess I understand you wanted more damage out of your Hu Tao, but then, like, didn't you have anyone else on your account that could have used the second Homa? Like Homa, okay. So not a lot of other characters might want it. So like the two main characters that I think Homa is best on would be, so obviously Hu Tao, and then Zhao, right? Because in my opinion, Homa just better suits Zhao than Jade Spear. While Jade Spear, because it's a crit rate weapon, it makes it easier to get like to get a high crit rate. But what if right? Like I don't know. I just feel like, and I guess because of the way that I would use Xiao, I just don't want to have to weave in normal attacks in between my plunges. I don't know. It's just maybe it's just me. It's just my preference, really. Xiangling, yeah, Homa's really good on Xiangling too. But then the thing is, on my main account, okay, I am on my main account right now. Let me just switch to that real quick. Hang on. Okay, Genshin. Where's Genshin? Okay. Alright, so my Xiangling now is on the catch. Because and she had this Homa for a very long time, because I have 2 Homas, luckily enough, and I did not want to refine my Homa, because I was thinking someday I'm gonna get Hu Tao, and I don't want to take away Staff of Homa from my Zhongli. My Zhongli's not the best, like, sub DPS build, but in the very least he at least it doesn't feel bad to use his burst. And I can somehow still have a decent amount of HP to have a decent amount of shield strength. So I don't want to take away Zhongli's Homa. And then, so okay, here was what I was building before. So okay, I'm gonna show you guys. Basically, I have an ER weapon now, which means I had to switch to an attack percent stance, right? So now these are my stats. If you only look at the crit value, okay, it's okay, right? Usable, and plus 12% from what is it? From the catch R5. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Very average, like good average, not great, but good average. And if okay, so let's test out their damage. Homa, from what I remember, just barely beat out the catch, to where I had to test like so many times for like so many days, back to back to back, just to decide which one was doing more damage. Oh, by the way, Asmar, your account's pretty good. You know what you're doing, man. You seem to know what you're doing. Also, what buff did I get? I didn't pay attention. Which only adjust stack HP. Yeah, that's fine too. That's fine, because like, oh, that's a burst damage. Okay, so let's okay, let's use that.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it.
Okay, let's roll that. Shangling. Okay, 25, 881.
Rain cutter.
47. Okay, so let's try that again. Let's try that again, and let's do vapes. Oops. For something, I would go with EM Sands instead of attack. Yeah, because you know you're already pairing him with Bennett, so why bother with the attack Sands, right? From what I remember, I just don't have a good one. I don't know why I didn't go for it. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's 50k. 50. Can I get rid of this? Oh, I didn't swirl this guy. 37015. Okay, so we had like 50-ish k and 37015. So let's switch it up to Homa with an ER Sans. So I will say my ER and attack Sans are not perfectly equal, just because I don't have a really good ER Sans. Which one was I using? I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, this one. Okay. I was using this one. Okay, yeah, that's it. Alright, so I have even lower attack this time. Now, granted, I guess Homa's passive might not be active because character Xiangling is not on the field. So I will get a little bit more attack than this actually, because you know when she's on the team. It doesn't need to be on the field, but just when she's on the team. Right, so crit ratio looks a lot better, slightly lower attack, and you think that, oh, Homa, okay, much better, right? But no, it's actually Freedom Sworn Kaza? No, I don't have Freedom Sworn Kaza. I wish I did though, but it's pretty hard to justify to wish for Freedom Sworn, because the other weapons that Freedom Sworn has come with are typically not weapons that I would ever want. So it's been pretty hard wishing on that's why I've never wished on the Freedom Sworn weapons. Or sorry. Okay. Right, so 52k, right? So just barely doing more damage. Like, what was that? 2 difference of... Okay. Right? That was... it wasn't much of a difference. Like, in the maximum, like, the enemy reduced resistance, like the first one had reduced pyro resistance. The difference was only, like, 2k per spin. And now, granted, you know, if you think about it, yeah, that does total to a good amount. After, like, several spins, like, that might be a difference of, like, maybe 20... no, how many times does it spin? I don't know, actually. But... I don't know. I I'd rather just use this, especially because oops. I do have more ER here though, like with this build, because of the ER sands. But I do have slightly less crit if you think about it, right? This only has 66, and with the catch, I have 72. And if I put the catch on Xiangling, that means I could give Homa to someone else who will do a ton more damage with Homa. Do I have a good attack or EM sands? I don't think I have. Yeah, that's why. Oh. But what about crit rate though? Okay, so let's try that. 1200 attack. 283 EM. Oh my god, that crit rate is abysmal. It is abysmal crit rate. 65, I guess. It's not the worst thing ever. But yeah, let's try it. Iron's thing better than Freedom Sworn, to be honest. Is it? No? No. Freedom Sworn gives more EM, and Freedom Sworn has a passive. Yeah. How is I guess if you decide by value, yeah, because you know Iron Sting is completely free, whereas Freedom Sworn you have to use Primo Gems on him. What was I doing? Okay, yeah. All right, let's see. I bet it's gonna vape around 54k. That's kind of my assumption, but I don't know. I don't often use EM sands on vape characters. The only character that I've often advocated to using what is it?
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave
57. Oh, okay. That was pretty much my guess. Okay. Is it worth it? Is it worth the damage? Because like the thing is, because and that's why this is the reason why I typically put attack sands on Xiangling. So maybe for single target, EM is better. But because typically you're not going to use Xiangling in single target because she's AoE. So typically you're going to be using Xiangling for AoE. And because your Hydro applier is Xingqiu, it's single target Hydro, chances are you're only going to have Hydro on one enemy, which means all the other enemies are not getting vaped. All the other enemies around you are getting just Pyro. So overall in AoE, like I've never done the math, and I do not ever plan on doing the math because like I'm not a math guy. I often prefer attack. As long as I don't have 0 EM, it's fine. Like, and thankfully though, wherever I'm getting this EM from, where am I getting this EM from? 23. Wait, where am I getting EM from? 23. Wait, what? 119. Oh wait, EM is Xiangling's ascension stat, right? EM is Xiangling's ascension stat. I forgot. EM is Xiangling's ascension stat. Yeah, in single target, I would say EM sands on Xiangling is better. But again, like I said, because typically you're going to be using Xiangling in AoE, and typically your Hydro applier is going to be Xingqiu, so you're only going to have Hydro on one enemy most of the time, and all the other enemies that are next to you or behind you are not going to have Hydro on them, unless if your Hydro applier is Child. Yeah, maybe if your Hydro applier is Child, then yeah, I would say go EM, whether single target or AoE. Yelan, use Yelan instead of Xingqiu. I don't think Yelan applies enough Hydro for Xiangling. Yeah, especially if you play like me. Like, if I use Kazuha National and not Rational, I am often swapping to Bennett to press his E to funnel into Xiangling. So even like because of the way I play, even Xingqiu doesn't apply enough Hydro, and I often see myself seeing Pyro on enemies instead of Hydro. So that's and that's another reason why I prefer attack sands on my Xiangling. Because of the way I play. The way I play, I often swap to Bennett to press his E, and a lot of the times when I press E on Bennett, that removes Hydro on the enemies, and it'll have Pyro on it instead, and then it'll be a few more hits of Hydro before Xingqiu can put Hydro back on the enemy. Kokomi, Mona, Kokomi and Mona apply slow Hydro. Yeah, they apply Hydro slowly. Because if you take Xingqiu's burst into consideration. So remember, when you normal attack, the pattern, so if you don't have C6, the pattern for his rain swords are 2 rain swords, 3 rain swords, 2 rain swords, 3 rain swords. So which means each of those rain swords is going to apply Hydro. So 2 rain swords, okay, those are 2 attempts at trying to apply Hydro. So let's say you press Bennett E. You have weak Pyro on an enemy. Your first rain sword is going to vape, and your second rain sword is going to apply Hydro. Now the enemy has Hydro on it, and your next wave of rain swords, the 3 rain swords. Imagine if your Xiangling Pyronado spins, it doesn't even remove the Hydro from the previous rain sword. So, and now you have a new wave coming in. So it just guarantees that you have Hydro on the enemies a lot of the time. Except for if you play like me, where I spam Bennett's E. Ayato's burst is a bit RNG. And it doesn't apply... I think Ayato's burst also has ICD. Yeah, Ayato's burst has ICD, right? I don't remember. Mono Hydro application not enough to vape every Xiangling Paranoido. Honestly, the only character can keep up with Xiangling is Tartaglia, Xingqiu, and Ayato. Yeah, Tartaglia, Xingqiu, and Ayato. And Ayato E. Ayato E and burst. From what I remember, Ayato's E alone can't keep up with it, like at least perfectly. Like for example, yeah, that's what I remember. If you don't have Ayato's burst going, Ayato's E itself alone cannot completely keep up with Pyronado. At some point, Pyronado's Pyro will overtake his Hydro. But as long as you got the burst going with Ayato's E, it's fine. But Child definitely is the strongest Hydro applier in the game, especially in AoE, because like he just applies so much Pyro, especially in AoE because of Riptide. I'm sad to say that I do have Child on my third account, and I haven't used him. I raised him, and I haven't used him in so long. Alright. Where's the search box? There it is. How about mine? Thank you, Fryman. I'm sorry, by the way. Yeah, I rambled on for very long there. I'm sorry. Okay, so just the overall account review, I guess. Yeah. Anything specific you want us to look at? Sting. Why is Xingqiu more Hydro than Yelan? It's okay. It's okay. These are actually really good questions that you should be asking an emo. That's fine. That's fine. I'll answer that question in a moment because that's a bit of a long explanation. I'll go through Frymon's account here real quick. It's fine. I learned new things too. Right. Okay, so you have a crit circlet. What is this? Are you trying to build him hybrid? Or is this just because you don't have EM and you might as well go hybrid? In which case, like, it's fine. It's not terrible. It's definitely not gonna do a lot of animo damage because like you have 1100 attack, and only 100 crit damage. But at the very least, your animo, like the green numbers that Kazuha does, is not going to be like mine, where mine just do not have crit at all. But in which case, because you do have crit, you might want to raise his attack a little bit more by leveling up his weapon. Oh, you don't have a weapon? I think this is fine. Like long term, I think this is okay. It's not the worst thing ever. In fact, 700 plus EM is not terrible on Kazuha. In fact, a lot of people have 700-ish or a little bit less than 800 EM on Kazuha because they have EM with Fav Sword. So this is not terrible amount of EM on him, especially because you have a crit rate circlet. That means you have a usable crit ratio at the very least. So now your only thing is you want to maximize your Kazuha's potential personal damage by raising your weapon to 90. At the very least, you get a little bit more attack from it. Especially because Iron Sting does, like, its passive does boost elemental damage, right? Like when you, what was the trigger again? I don't remember. It was when you do elemental reactions, was it? Dealing elemental damage. Oh, dealing elemental damage, even better, right? When you do elemental damage, it gives you elemental damage. Increases all damage. Oh, increases all your damage actually, right? So Iron Sting's really good on him. You won't be able to spam your burst very often because you don't have Fab Sword. Fab Sword is just more energy than an ER Sands, because of the extra particles. But at the very least, your E's are going to deal a little bit more damage because your Kazuha also does, you know, a decent personal damage. In fact, if you have sooner or later, I don't know if you're still farming VV. If you are still farming VV, if one day you get like really good crit rate, a really good crit ratio on him, something like 140 or like let's say 160, something like that. Like that's actually insane, right? You get, if you someday get like 65 or 160 crit ratio on your Kazuha, you could even go with attack percent Sans. Keep your, like, the crit rate circlet, go with attack percent, oh sorry, not Sans, Goblet, sorry, and then keep the EM circlet. That's gonna be a pretty good hybrid Kazuha that I would actually run in the long term. Should I use Kokomi, Rosaria, Permafreeze? Yes, that is, Kokomi is the, you know, one of the best off-field AoE Hydra appliers for freeze. So Kokomi and Mona. In fact, Kokomi has better Hydra uptime than Mona because Mona's E lasts for a very short amount of time, but Mona has higher peak damage because of the Omen, because of her burst. But Kokomi has better uptime because you can pretty much have her jellyfish on the field for, you know, forever if you time it right. Basically, you put down Kokomi's jellyfish with your E, and then by about like when your skill is almost to half its cooldown, you use her burst, and that will refresh the jellyfish duration. And then basically now you have permanent uptime as long as you have enough energy recharge that you could use your burst again the next rotation. But yeah. But you could argue that Mona might be better, especially if your builds are really good already. Like you can just 1 or 2 rotation enemies already. Like you can 1 or 2 rotation certain chambers in Abyss, because Mona will just allow you to do that much more quickly because she just gives your team more damage because of the Omen buff. But if you can't do that in 1 or 2 rotations yet, then Kokomi will give you more freeze uptime. Hi, Kaching. Okay. Alright, well, we're not gonna look at it then. Why? Wait, Aquila Pavonia. Is this a physical? Was this supposed to be physical? It's okay. It's like you said, it's not properly built. That's fine. Okay. So black tassel. Okay. Hybrid kuching. Oh, okay. Yo, what's up, Anoko? Good to see you again, man. Yeah, if you main Ayaka, Kokomi, if you main Ganyu, also lucky to have Venti, Rosa, definitely Mona. I guess so, yeah, because Ganyu. You know what? I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. Like I think I think Kokomi and Mona are interchangeable, not based on which cryo god you have. Yeah, based on which cryo DPS you have. I think they're interchangeable by preference. Yeah, like if you can one rotation or two rotation, what is it? A chamber in Abyss with Mona. Then go. But then you can't do that. Like you have to go 3 rotations or more with Kokomi. Then yeah, I'll absolutely go for Mona. But then the thing is, if you want maximum damage and you're comfortable like with playing without a healer, then yeah, maximum potential damage with Mona. But if you want a healer, if you can't 1 or 2 rotation chambers in Abyss yet, then the chances of you taking damage are gonna go higher. Are gonna increase, which means you're gonna want to have a healer and or a shielder. In which case, you might want to run either Kokomi or just stick to Mona and have Diona. Look at my F2P account. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take one more account. Okay. So earlier I mentioned I was only going to look at Asmar's and Frymon's. Alright, I'm gonna take only one more account, Arnvol. I think I remember I've looked at your account before, Arnvol, but that was like a really long time ago from what I remember. But yeah, okay. I'm only taking one more account because I also have to. After we take a look at Arnvol's account, I gotta go have lunch. What am I doing on my account? I'm kind of confused with what you're doing here, man. You went with Geo and Crit. So okay, you're like, okay, sub DPS Zhongli, but you wanted him to still have high HP, so you went with an HP Sands instead of attack. But then you have no crit rate, and you have a low base attack weapon. So I'm like, what's going on? Can you tell me what exactly do you want me to look at a specific character and emo? I don't even know myself. Heart of Depth? What? Why do you have 4 Heart of Depth? Okay, I get the Fav Codex, but you really should have just gone ER Sands with TTDS, because you're not really doing much DPS, as in seconds, not screenshot, with this amount of crit rate. Okay, well, I mean, ideally, okay, I don't know how you're using your Mona though. If you're using her for personal damage or if you're using her to buff someone. If you are using her for personal damage, then I guess sure, 5 Codex is okay. You just need more crit rate. And an ER Sands, I would actually recommend going for ER Sands with an attack circlet. Or sorry, attack goblet. Yeah, that's how I built my my Monas on my main and second accounts. Because with a lot of, because you know, Mona gets damage percent from ER. She gets hydro percent from ER. So now I'm if I go ER hydro damage, I'm severely lacking attack on Mona. And because it's Mona, I don't typically run Mona with an attack buffer like Bennett. Right? I'm typically running my Mona with freeze. So I'm not getting a lot of attack buffs. I'm only getting an attack buff from Noblesse. Alright, Xiangling. Okay, typical Xiangling. You look like you know what you're doing. What is this? Oh, it's a 4-star. Okay. Alright, sure. I mean, I understand why you would take that. Yeah. Especially because it's actually good. Like, at the very least, it has the right main stat and it has a usable substat, so that's fine. Yo, what's up, Raj? How you doing, man? I slap. Available artifacts only. She hits 82k. Yeah, she hits 82k when she crits. Like, what is that? 1 in every 3 bursts. If you take away the random in RNG, right? This is pretty much you're critting once every 3 hits, once every 3 bursts. I have 10 5-star artifacts. Oh my god. Well, you don't, that's okay. That's understandable, Onoko. You're on a younger account. Your account hasn't had a lot of time to generate resin anyway, so that's fine. Can you read my Raiden? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Sorry, not this. I'm only taking. I'm only reviewing one more account, and then after that, I gotta go eat lunch because it's like 1:22 p.m. here, and I haven't had lunch. Yeah, it looks like you know what you're doing. You're starting to you still have a little bit less than what I would consider ideal crit ratio, but I would prefer to go attack sans because you have an ER weapon. But because this is 50, like an ER sans is 50 ER, right? So if that means this 238 is gonna go all the way down to like less than 180, especially if your attack sans doesn't have any ER on it. Which case you might have to decide if it still feels comfy to get her burst back on cooldown. If it doesn't, then okay, sure, stay with this build. Because being able to spam Xiangling's burst is more important than doing higher damage. Because if you deal higher damage, you will just have higher peak damage, but then your damage will just she just won't do any damage if she's not bursting. Can you do more account reviews on the next stream? I might have to, actually. Yeah, I might have to, because like there's kind of not much else to do in Genshin now, especially because it's the last few days of 3.4, right? And they're not like the last event. Like, I don't think we're getting any more events. Yeah, we're not getting any more events. The last event that we're on right now is the Overflowing Mastery. And so we're not getting any more events, really. So I might have to, yeah, I might have to, just for the sake of having something to do on stream. So yeah, don't worry. That might be my Monday stream. And if I can stream on Tuesday, yeah, I would also do that on Tuesday. I will also do account reviews if I can stream on Tuesday. But on Monday evening, if we have time, which I typically do, I have a bit of extra time. Oh, that feels bad, by the way. I just realized your Xiangling is C3. Oh no, man. That feels bad. Wait, is Xiangling in the shop right now? Who's in the shop right now? Oops, wrong. Who's in the shop now? No, it's not Xiangling, it's Beidou. Okay. Alright, Hu Tao. Okay. That's pretty good. I mean, like, granted, you are using White Tassel, so this is like minimum usable weapon. Like, it's, basically her most F2P weapon ever. White Tassel. Mostly because of the crit rate substat. But it's not terrible. Yeah, it's not bad. 89, sheesh. Okay. That crit ratio though. Like, that's actually really good. I like it. HP, although you don't have any EM. Well, I mean, like, not that you don't have any, but you have little EM. 22k HP, although you are 70, so this is still going to go up. Goblet is Kaching's. Just stole it. Attack. Wait, that's an attack goblet. No, dude. No, my dude. Oh, because of the... Wait, what adventure rank are you? 55. You're 55. That means your account is old enough to have generated enough resin to have farmed a good amount of artifacts already. So, no. Give this to... give Hu Tao a pyro goblet. Unless if your pyro goblets just are terrible. Happy holiday, man. Oh, thank you, Frost. I appreciate it, man. It's not really a legal holiday. It's like a special holiday. But hey, appreciate it. You too, man. You too. I hope you're on a day off today. Also, your talents, man. Level up your talents. Your priorities are normal attack talents and then E. Your burst is whatever. I mean, if you want, I guess, yeah, sure. Like, all her talents are good overall. All her talents increase her DPS significantly. But mostly her normal attack talents, because that's where the scaling from her charged attack is. And then the E is how much attack you get based on your HP. And then, of course, the burst just increases her self-healing, and it increases the damage that the burst does. It's pretty good. Pretty good ratio, right? Pretty good ratio. A bit on the low side for EM, but that's fine. And if you have any pyro goblet that has anywhere close to this kind of these substats, please use that. This is not great. Hybrid Kuching doesn't work anymore today, man. I'm sorry to say that, because even if you specialize Kuching for what she is the best at now, Kuching's best playstyle nowadays is Aggravate. And even in Aggravate, if you specialize your build specifically for Aggravate, Kuching is still not amazing. It's just that now she's usable in endgame. That's the only thing that happened to Kuching. She's just now a little bit easier to build to be usable for endgame. But she's still not someone that you would use instead of a Xiangling, or instead of a Hyperbloom, or instead of a Hu Tao. Marj, I need to log into my account. Oh, okay. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Mamoru-san. Take care, man. Transportation. Oh, you have Kazuha, man. Okay. I guess if you need... you wouldn't need both. Yeah, because you have Kazuha already. Just use Kazuha, man. Still used to hybrid Kuching? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I understand. You are a fairly casual player, so chances are a lot of the content you're doing now is in the overworld, so that makes sense. Oh, sorry, that was you, Onoko. Sorry. Yeah. I thought that was Paimon. Very good now. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could say your Zhongli is on a weird build. You're on Black Tassel, HP Science. You just go for full HP, man. Just go for full HP. Yeah, just go for full HP if you don't have the ability to give him good crit ratio. Your Mona. Yeah, just give her a crit circlet is going to fix this. Yeah, crit circlet and ER sands. Yeah, because it's gonna be a bit hard to. I guess 215 is not too bad of an amount of ER. Yeah, but it could be better still. Xiangling, just, it looks like you know how to build her. Just keep building her. Same with Hu Tao. Yeah, it's actually really good that you didn't force a set on her and have bad ratios. You just went with whatever you had to give her good ratios. Man, like, please. Pyro Goblet, man. If you have one that's anywhere close to this, or even like usable, it doesn't even have to be as good as this. It just has to be a usable Pyro Goblet. And so I don't know how much HP your Hu Tao is gonna have when she gets to 90, but when she gets to 90, if your Hu Tao can have, with your current build, with your current HP sands, if your Hu Tao can reach 32k HP maybe at level 90, then I think you could go for an EM Sans. Hi, what's up? A Book Nerd's Paradise? How's it going, man? Alright, if you ever review my account, it's a total mess. That's alright, man. Everyone starts off that way. I mean, like, I started off that way for like a really long time. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do one more account, okay? And then I'm off to lunch. Because again, it's 1:30 here. I haven't had lunch. And I've been quite hungry for the past hour actually. Alright, so this is Arnval's account. Is there something wrong with Book Nerd's Paradise? If you're here for only attention, there's your attention. Now you can stop spamming. Why is this loading so slowly? Alright, so this is Arnval's account. AR59, okay, so a pretty old player. Sheesh! 759 achievements, oh my god. Wait. My dude. How many achievements do I have? I mean, I've never ever farmed for achievements before, but like, even still, I don't think I have anywhere near that. Okay, yeah, that's crazy. Alright. Good stuff. I mean, you can talk a Book Nerd's Paradise, just don't spam, man. Other people want to chat too, not just you. If you need something, sure, speak up. If you want, yeah. If you want something, sure, speak up. Just don't spam, man. I purposely did not turn on slow mode because I want everybody to be able to like message, and in case they have a mistake in their message, they can correct it right away without having to wait a few seconds. How do you know people's UIDs? They gave it to me a few minutes ago. More like an hour ago. In fact, Asmar gave me his UID 3 hours ago. Yeah. So I have their UIDs because they gave it to me like an hour ago, and I just have it on a list. I just have it on a list. All right, Arnval, pretty old player, so I'm gonna have pretty high standards for him. Casual traveler. Man, sheesh. I could never ever get to that number of achievements. I've never done achievement farming before, but that's insane. Alright, well, I guess I have nothing to say here because you know what you're doing already. Attack sands, good amount of EM. Oh, okay, I guess because that's two wanders. Yeah, sure. Melt Ganyu. Yeah, this is very much Melt Ganyu. Melt Ganyu, but maybe sometimes used as a freeze Ganyu because you also leveled up your burst. Nice. I used Ganyu the same way. Dragon's Bane. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Dragon's Bane. If you go for Dragon's Bane on your Hu Tao, go with the HP Sands. Yeah, because Dragon's Bane will take care of your EM needs and damage percent needs because of Dragon's Bane's passive. Let's see. Okay. 74, 152. Really, really good, actually. Yeah, this would be like my ideal like stat ratio. Yeah, it's yeah, because like it's high enough crit rate to consistently vape, and because Hu Tao does like such big numbers, it would be a waste to not make them crit. Alright. Yeah, I guess not much else for me to say here. 62. Okay, realistically 74 crit rate. Crit damage a bit on the low side, but still good, still usable. Especially because it's Raiden Shogun. She gets a ton of damage just on her own, really. Attack. Okay, even with attack though, nice. She's still 234 ER, even with an attack stance. Nice. ER. Oh, you do have ER substats. Nice, nice. I'd rather pick consistency over big numbers. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. And like, I mean, like, I see other people building their characters that have like 49 crit rate and 220 crit damage. It just makes it just. I hurt inside a little bit. It kills me a little bit inside. There's nothing wrong with that. Like maybe you just prefer seeing bigger numbers, but then overall you're still gonna do the like either less or the same amount of DPS, like seconds, not screenshot. Yeah, that's definitely how I would build my Yelan. Yelan for me was wow. She was very easy to build. What is her ascension stat again? It's crit damage, right? Oh no, sorry, it's crit rate. Yeah, Yelan's ascension, like I swear, characters with ascension stat, with crit rate ascension stats, are super easy to build. Gotta go now. I need to eat too. Bye guys. Oh, all right. Thanks for hanging out with us, Frymon. Take care, man. I just noticed that only 10 people are here watching. Yeah, of course. I'm not a big YouTuber, man. I'm not a big streamer, so you know. 100 crit rate. 100 crit rate. Woo. Okay. All right. I'm liking this build already. 2 Wanderers, 2 Glad. Okay. Really good compromise, actually. Really good compromise. Wait. What the what? Wait. What? What is this ER, man? What happened? I'm in dilemma if I should go 4 TF or 4 Gilded over that. I think you have a good amount of EM already. Like, I mean, I know that some people go all the way to like 400, 500 EM with Cyno. But I don't know. I feel like this is a good, like, balanced build. I mean, for me, I would want a bit more EM, like maybe 400 to 450 or 480, like somewhere close to 500. You know, just in case you're going for Hyper Bloom. But even with Aggravate, I think this is really good. Spam the ER. I was like 60 ER, and then I'm like, he has no ER main stats. I'm like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Before I went like this, I'm like, how much ER does he have on substats? I'm like, all right. Well, in the very least, you still have good crit ratios, even with so many of your rolls into ER. You have. Wow, you have a lot of high rolls, except for this one though. You have 1 low roll in here. Either 1 low roll or both are mid rolls. Crit rate. That circlet, man. Holy jeez. That circlet, wow. Okay. Okay, so I guess this is why you have so much crit rate. Is because you have so many high rolls on your crit rolls. Your crit rolls are mostly high rolls, and you have Scarlet Sands. Even without Scarlet Sands, even with like a weapon that has no crit, this would still be very good at what is that? Well, maybe not very good, but it would still be usable. 56, yeah, that would be like 56 crit rate, which is still usable. But yeah, Scarlet Sands, a high crit rate, just so good. Yeah, this is pretty good, man. I like this. So does Cyno Burst have his own scaling from the Burst talent? I don't remember. Or does his normal attacks scale off of his normal attack talents? Wait. I don't remember. Do you like chips? Yeah, I do. But because I'm on the older side, I'm not too old. I'm only 30 years old. Because I'm not like you guys. A lot of you guys are like super young. Oh, it does have its own scaling for bursts. Yeah, okay, so that's why. It's scaled like Raiden. Okay, so that's why you didn't bother to level up your normal attack talents much. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, looks like you know what you're doing. Not much else I could say. Of course, like I said, I like chips. But because I'm on the older side, I try to, I guess, not eat too much. or at least too often. Crowned, wow, double crown Zhongli right there. Wow, I'm really digging that you really like you prefer consistent damage over over high numbers, and that's really good, I think. Why Serpent Spine though? Or sorry, Skyward Spine. I guess you don't have any other polearm. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Man, your Zhongli is going to be spam city with that amount of ER. Consistency gang. Nice. Hi, what's up, Lynn? How's it going, man? Luke Gravestone. Okay, nice. Always love to see that. Diluc with Gravestone. That means you can go for EM Sands. Let's see. 61 Oaf. Okay. Well, this is definitely your least... Yeah, this is definitely your least consistent character here. Yeah. I don't know what it is about Diluc. So, characters that have fewer hits just feel like they crit less often than what their crit rate actually shows. Like characters like Eula, like my Eula has 73 crit rate and it feels like she barely crits. It feels like her crit hits like once every 4 hits. Yeah, leftover Crimson for Hu Tao. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, I'm so sorry, Diluc. But the fact that you have enough Crimson pieces for Hu Tao and Diluc means that you have got to have farmed the Crimson Domain. Man, I feel your pain. Because I'm exactly the same way. I don't even want to use my Diluc anymore, but I just had so many pieces from the Crimson Domain because I farmed it for so long that I still have him on a decent build even though I don't use him anymore. The scam box being pretty generous to me. Oh, oh wow, you didn't even farm it. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, all right. You're not in the pain gang then. I had to hurt to get my Crimson pieces, man. That was awful. What's your favorite food? I love sweets, and I guess chips. Yeah, but because I'm older, so I gotta watch out for what I eat. My favorite foods are flan, in the Philippines we call it leche flan, and mango float. Those are my 2 favorite foods of all time. Like if they didn't give me like any health concerns, like if they had no health, I guess if they didn't impact health in any way, I would and if they weren't expensive, I would absolutely have leche flan and mango float every single day if it didn't affect my health in any way. EMO sack sword, okay. EM sack sword, Kazuha. Your Kazuha is gonna feel like C1 Kazuha. That's great. Maximum crowd control, nice. A couple of weeks, but stopped once I reached Inazuma. Oh, I see. Yeah, I farmed the Crimson Domain for like 8 months, man. It was brutal. In fact, that's why I have so many good Lava Walker pieces. And it doesn't feel good. Having good Lava Walker pieces doesn't feel good, man. And like, okay, it's a good off piece, but like, who is going to need 2 Lava Walker? This 2 Lava Walker set effect. Yep, really did not feel good. And my EM pieces for my Kazuha. Oh yeah, I would do absolutely the same thing. I would farm the VV domain. I would farm the VV domain. And then when I get my 3 EMs, I get out of there. That domain is like I do not want to get good Maiden's pieces. I'm bored. That's the whole reason I was watching your live stream. Oh, really? Okay. Well, what were you doing before this? Book Nerd's Paradise? Do you even play Genshin? I'm retiring from that cursed maiden domain. Alright. Me too, me too. I would prefer to not have to farm that again. Alright, well, I'm going back to Genshin. Let's see. Okay. Going back to Genshin. I have some stuff to do. Anyway, I gotta go farm crystal chunks on my friend's account. Because the crystal chunks have respawned already. I'm just switching. Thanks for the review. Sure, my pleasure, man. Yeah, I do remember looking at your account from a long time ago. But I didn't remember because I have like a lot of people come in here like asking for reviews and like tips and stuff. So I don't really remember who has what type of account and who knows how to build a character. I was doing nothing and I thought this would probably be interesting. It kind of is. Ah, okay. Well, I'm glad you find it entertaining, man. Well, you did say interesting. You didn't say entertaining, so I'm sorry. I'm just not that type of YouTuber, I guess. Like, you know how a lot of people don't prefer to not refer to themselves as YouTuber. They prefer to call themselves as a content creator, and I don't think I qualify for that description of content creator, because like I just don't think I'm smart enough or imaginative enough to create content. So like basically what I do is, because I have a full-time job, so I have a full-time job, I have a family that I should pay attention to and spend time with. So I have very little time to do this. So most of my time like doing YouTube is just on streams, and occasionally I find myself having like an idea for a video every now and then, one that doesn't require a lot of editing or any editing sometimes. That like I just record it. I think of a way to record it in a way that I don't need to edit it if possible, and if I do need to edit it, then like it needs to be like very minimal editing, so in that way I could just get the video out and be done with it. But most of what I make, I guess, is not like entertainment content. It's more like practical content. As practical as Genshin can be. As practical as Genshin can be. It's a video game, so it's not really practical IRL. I wanted to roll with Sayu there, but I accidentally hit right click, so it stopped the roll. That feels bad. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I guess I could say I am the content, but because I'm not a very naturally entertaining kind of person, so there's not much content to be made, and that's why I'm still pretty small on YouTube. But I don't mind. I don't mind. In the very least, like my big thing about doing this, about like streaming, like when I play Genshin, is instead of just playing a video game myself, especially because Genshin is a single player game, I would rather play a video game and have people to chat with. And if I somehow earn some dough along the way and justify my playtime, sure, I'd even be better. Dehya is the lion girl to Kacheng's house cat. I swear, man, I have no idea where you get these from. I mean, like, it's like you're ready with them, right? It's like, I don't know. It's like I haven't even why did I do that? I haven't even like stood up properly, and you already unholstered your gun. It's like that's how quick you are on the draw with these, man. Also, good to see you, Spartan. You're so quick on the draw. It's like, yeah, it's like that. I haven't even like faced you, and you've already drawn your gun out. You already double tapped me. Community, isn't content in the long run, so you're good. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, because, you know, like, you know how some content no, not some, like a lot of content creators, in fact. So a lot of content creators, they want to quote unquote create content, right? Or have content, which is okay, sure. And some people are really smart. Like they're really smart, they're really imaginative, and they work really hard. They work super hard. Like they record a video, like they have an idea, they immediately think about how to make it into a video, they think about like how to make a good thumbnail for it, and a good title. And right, and those are like really smart, imaginative people, and they work really hard. Because like maybe I'm just lazy, which I am. I'm not going to deny that. I am very lazy. Like I'm a rather lazy person. In fact, the first chance I can get in life to retire, I'm taking it. Like if I could somehow continue to earn the same amount of money that I earn now, or more, ideally more, a little bit more. I don't need to be a millionaire, but as long as like a little bit more than what I earn now, even if I didn't do anything, I'm taking that train. I'm taking that chance. I'm that lazy. And yeah, some of these content creators, they're like super hardworking and they deserve the success that they have. But then like some people, their quote unquote content is just generating clout and generating controversy among them and their community, or just between their community. They're just like that, and like some of them aren't even naturally like that. Like they're not like controversial IRL. They just put on some type of persona so that they generate controversy on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, wherever platform they're on. And that, yeah, like people are not necessarily attracted to that, but people find a hard time not reacting to that kind of content. So that's why those kinds of people, they generate a lot of views and clicks or whatever. Especially because people like them, or at the very least like the persona that they're putting on, will love them to the degree where they're gonna be huge fans and defending them no matter how dumb their opinions are. Even if I thought I saw something sparkle, and I was like, there's a shovel here. Okay, so I guess it wasn't. It was just my imagination, I guess.
Stabilize.
Like, okay, like here's an example. So, I'm not a doctor, so I cannot claim to be an authority on this topic. But I frequently watch, maybe not frequently, but I occasionally watch Dr. Mike. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's a YouTuber, doctor, and he occasionally has these videos that are reacting to medical TikToks. And some of them are accurate enough. Some of them are just flat out lies and just clickbait. Like, and he gets so angry, like in these videos, of just the blatant lies that people tell, just to get a clickable title and thumbnail. In fact, I remember a few videos that he's made reacting to, I think it's like 5-minute crafts is what it's called. And wow, he got triggered. He really got triggered on some of them. 5-minute crafts, yeah, that one. And not just 5-minute crafts too, like TikToks too, yeah. He reacts to them. He gets really triggered with them. Welcome. Don't worry, I'm also lazy. I don't think all humans are lazy, but I would say most people are. Because if you were offered the chance, like imagine if every person on Earth was offered the chance to, let's say, okay, you get free food, you get a free house, you get a free car, free everything in your life, everything you need. You just won't be super rich, but you will have a good enough life, like a comfortable life, but not like a millionaire life, right? For free, and you don't have to do anything. You just stop whatever job you have now, and you will be taken care of. If every person on Earth was given that option, I think a good chunk of humans would take that. I did not glide. I'm so sorry, Zhongli. Thank goodness you have so much HP. You didn't die from that fall. Only 5 minutes after are weird. Some of them are. Like, some of them are like, some of them are like, okay, they're pretty smart. But I think I mean, you know, there's only so many ideas you can come up with stuff like that. And whoever comes up with their videos, I'm sure it's probably not even one person anymore, right? That's probably like a whole team now, coming up with those videos. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 10. I have a question. Yeah, what is it, a book nerds? Right, imagine those people probably have quotas. They're probably told, okay, give me 5 videos today. Right, we should upload 5 videos every day. And like, obviously you're gonna have to cut some standards, whether it be quality of video or, oh no, did I forget to farm this one again? Oh, that's awful. Okay. Okay, so the reason why I'm skipping these 3 is those are what I refer to as 3-day crystal chunks. And the 3-day crystal chunks, they respawn once every 3 days, and they don't respawn every day. And I want all my 3-day crystal chunks to respawn at the same time. That's why I'm not picking it up now. Because all my other 3-day crystal chunks on the other parts of the map have not respawned yet. Because I just farmed them, I think, yesterday or the other day. You like playing this game? Yeah, man. I like playing this game. I do have... It's not the perfect game, but it's... like, it has the least compromises for me. Because I came from... Before this, I came from MMORPG games. And I really like the RPG part of like Genshin, right? Like, the RPG part of it is barely RPG. It's just building characters and fighting. And because this is not exactly an MMORPG game, in fact, it's a gacha game. Gacha games are typically they're typically designed to make everyone feel FOMO. And they're designed to make you log in every day. And you don't necessarily have to spend so much time on it every day, but they do want you to log in every day, otherwise you're missing out on quote-unquote free stuff. Right? And by free stuff, I mean stuff like what I'm doing now. Like these things respawn every day, so technically they're free stuff. And if I don't get it today, then I'm not getting the free stuff that I would have gotten today. So they rely on FOMO, is what it is. But because it's that type of game, it doesn't demand so much playtime for me. Not like an MMORPG game where an MMORPG game has no FOMO, but like most of it doesn't have FOMO like built into the game. But you feel like you're getting left behind by whoever friends you have that you play with, or like your guild members or whatever, or people that you play with. If you miss out on a day, if everyone else is like super active online 24/7, just farming or vending or whatever, you feel like you're getting left behind if you just don't log in for a single day. So there is still that, but then other than that, you also have to log in every single day. And play for like hours and hours and hours at a time. And it's fine if you play an MMORPG game that is like viral, that a lot of that gains a lot of viewerships, because in that way, at least you can justify the amount of time you spend on playing a video game by streaming it or making videos on it or whatever. At least you can justify it because that is your job. But if not, then it's rough. And MMORPGs just aren't in favor nowadays. You know, like when it comes to like people watching streamers, it's just not where the highest like viewership counts are at. So it's pretty hard to find a way to find an MMORPG that is justifiable to play for so long, for so many hours of your day. I guess World of Warcraft might still be pretty big, like might still have pretty big viewership numbers. I don't know. But yeah, it just has the least compromises for me. I have to log in every day. I have to, but I only pretty much need to log in for like 5 to 15 minutes a day on each account, and that's it. I don't need to play anymore. I don't need to play like before in the MMORPG games that I played. I used to have to play pretty much from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed if I wanted to stay competitive. So plus the fact that it's a, you know, anime. I like anime. I really like anime, so I like the anime aesthetic of it. Now, granted, the Genshin actually has two different art styles. So the characters have this, like, I don't know the proper terminology for it, but Genshin has this like anime aesthetic to its characters, right? And the world has a different aesthetic to it. Like if you look at it, characters have an outline to them. Now, I granted that's not the only details that's different between like the open world aesthetic and the versus the character aesthetic, but it's one of the most obvious ones. Characters have an outlines to them, which makes them seem more anime-ish. In fact, even if you just looked at a character like this, it actually looks like just a 2D character, whereas the open world looks like a 3D world. There are no outlines, like everything just looks 3D. And I don't know, I just really like the combination of the art styles. I like the art style. I like and especially my favorite part of Genshin is the combat system. Now, unfortunately, MiHoYo did not lean too much on giving us a ton of combat content. They're leaning more towards casual gameplay and stuff. But, you know, at least it still has that good combat system going for it. Yeah, because again, I have a job. I cannot spend too much time on video games. In fact, it's just perfect for me now. I do kind of regret making 3 accounts. I would have been happier if I only had 1 account, and now I'm at the point where I do not want to let go of my other accounts because like all of them are like pretty well invested already. Yeah, so I do spend, in my opinion now, I do spend a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, a little bit too much time on video games. Yeah, a little bit too much than what I would like to spend on video games. But at the very least, when I get into a situation where I get on YouTube, I look at my subscription feed and I'm like, there's nothing to watch here, and then I look at my the manga or anime that I'm following, and okay, no new volumes or no new episodes released. At least I don't get bored out of my mind because I have 3 accounts. At least I have a little bit more, a few more things to do in the very least. So there's that. There's always that advantage. Combat's pretty unique, right? It is. Oh, Demon Gamer. All right. Good day or night. All right. Thanks, Sonoko. Take care, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. I have 3 servers to play. Main account, Asia, EU, and NA. Man, I don't think I would ever make 1 account with everything on it. That seems really risky. That seems super risky, man. You lose 1 account, that's pretty much everything you made. Are they all on the same account? Just different servers? I missed 2 weeks of school? Why, man? What happened? I won't watch Ano vid, because Tisbor? What's Tisbor? Another vid. Oh, okay. Oh, I know. Another? Sure. Alright, thanks for hanging out with us, Animo. Take care, man.
Stabilize.
It's only for personal use, not gonna set. Yeah, but you know, still, like with how unsafe the internet is becoming, I just don't feel very comfy having all my eggs in one basket. Yeah, but I guess as long as you only play on one device, like maybe not one device, but you only play on personal devices, yeah, you should be pretty safe. As long as you don't let other people use it, or you don't borrow other people's devices and play on their devices, or if you logged in on mobile, as long as you just make sure you do not lose that phone, then I guess you should be fine. Also, is there does MiHoYo have some sort of security feature in Genshin where you can log into another device and log out of your other logins? Like, you know how with Google, right? Like you can log in on another device and you could log out your other devices.
Over here.
Does Genshin have that? I don't actually know. I hope they do. Especially with how much money they want Mega Whales to spend on Genshin. Yeah, they got 2FA. Yeah, that's true. But then what if you already logged into your device and then you lose your phone, right? And then now you buy a new phone and you want your Genshin accounts to be logged out of that phone. So how does that work? On your device, they will ask for a verification code. Yeah, right. But then like that was my thing. Like, what if someone steals your phone, right? Now I do understand like they won't be able to sell your account because I guess they would have to do like forgot password to know what the password is, and for that to happen they would need to access your email, which your email is on your phone too, unless if you log out your email accounts with another device before that happens. Then they wouldn't be able to do forgot password on your Genshin accounts. Goodbye to all those 5-star weapons. Yeah, right? Because like I said, like Mega Whales have spent like some Mega Whales accounts are worth a house. Yeah, they're worth as much as a house now. With how long people like Mega Whales have been playing Genshin, how much they've spent on their accounts. They might have been able to buy a house with the amount of money they spent on their accounts. Of course, granted, might be a small house depending on where you are, but the Philippines, like in America, an average like family house that's good for like a family, pretty expensive depending on which city, which state you're in. That could be anywhere from maybe 200 grand to 400 grand. And I don't think there's an account in Genshin that's worth 400 grand. But in the Philippines, you can buy yourself like a really nice family house for your family. Granted, as long as you're not like a huge family, as long as it's like what, 2 or 3 children,
Right now.
with you and your wife or spouse.
Flicker.
Emerge.
For $20,000. Yeah, 20 to 40 grand. That's a really nice house already. 20 grand, but of course it depends on like if you buy from a developer. If you buy from a developer, it's a little like 20 grand home It's okay. It's more like, I guess it's okay for the maybe a family with 2 children. Sure. 40 grand. That's a really nice house already in the Philippines. I played Ragnarok Eternal Love. No, I haven't. I wish I could though, but I don't know. It's mobile only, right? Ragnarok Eternal Love. I think it's mobile only. I don't know. I just don't like playing mobile only games nowadays. You wanna know a weird secret? I mean, if you want to share it, we can't close our ears if you tell us. Let's see, black hole, mobile emulator. Yeah, I guess I could, but then like, from what I understand of the game, it's like an autoplay. It is very much MMORPG from what I understand of it. Which means there is a certain amount of grinding that you'd have to do, but not as much as like just original Ragnarok Online. A black hole. What kind of black hole do you mean? Like a black hole for money? Because yeah, if yes, then wow, that's awful. That's pretty much classic MMORPGs. Just a money pit. And I do get that Genshin is itself a money pit too, but in the very least, it's an optional money pit. You can in the very least still be competitive without spending your life savings on it. Limited wings mount cost over 100 grand. Yep, that's that's about the right, that sounds about right. Stuff that you hear in MMORPGs. Maybe it's not like an everyday story, but it is the kind of stories that you hear floating around in MMORPGs. I remember once in a video in an MMORPG that I used to play for a very long time called Flyff, Flyff. In the original Philippine server, there was one account that they auctioned. They were auctioning accounts, really OP accounts, and one account was offered a car for it. While it's not as crazy as 100 grand USD, but still a car for a video game account, a video game that later about a decade later closed down because it went bankrupt. For real, the Philippine branch of Flyff closed down many years ago because it just went bankrupt. Probably they just couldn't justify the costs anymore because private servers were just getting really good, and private servers are international. You could play them whether you're in the Philippines or in another country. Yo, welcome back, Primon. I have a closet in my room, a little square section, and I put my Pokemon stuff there. All my Pokemon cards. I don't think that's weird. That sounds perfectly normal, man. Maybe not everyone has stuff like that, but you bet there's gonna be a lot of people out there that have something like that. Oh, you know what? I guess this is a good time to bring this up. I'm sorry, by the way. I'm kind of just walking around. I might as well do this quest while I'm just rambling. So I mentioned this in a previous stream. I recently watched my Dress Up Darling after putting it off for more than a year. Because I looked at, when I first saw trailers of it, I was like, okay, I like the art style, and the art style is the number one thing that attracts me to certain anime. But then because there was so much hype around it, hype around anything turns me off. It really does. It turns me off because some of it, sometimes I will think that, oh, okay, this thing, I don't know, it might be good, but it also might only be hype. So that's why hype around anything kind of turns me off. And because there was so much hype for My Dress Up Darling, I kind of just kept putting it off until recently. I started watching it, and I finished it actually. Oh, I haven't been to this part of the desert.
Gather. Have a load of this.
Gotcha. Busted.
You need to hurry up.
Gotcha.
Anyone else? Oh, what the? There's more.
Busted.
One with nature.
Quietly now.
Why did you crit? Collect a certain... So, what am I doing? Is it a certain number of energy transformation capacitors? What? Is it up there? Anyway, so yeah, why I brought this up was because so it's a what is it? It's a slice of life anime. It's super wholesome and stuff, right? But the way that it's wholesome is like it makes it so that whatever your passion, you are appreciated. If you are like what is important is how... Oh my god, like stop climbing. There you go. Thank you. It's not up here. Wow, how did you hit me?
Many regrets.
Okay, so it's not up here. Where is this thing? And whatever your passion is, man, if your passion is Pokemon, then sure, by all means.
Wind strike.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. There's also a Dendroculus here somewhere that I can't seem to see. Oh. Okay. What a dummy. I didn't even bother to look at the gate. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh, there it is. Alright. Well, where is this Dendroculus? Am I missing it somewhere? Is it in the ceiling? So it looks like I'm right under it here. But... Oh, maybe it's in a tent. There it is. Okay, that was actually, wow, pretty well hidden. It's funny because I am watching you and I have so many squishmallows staring at me. Lol. Need to open the door. Thank you, Arnville. I'm sorry, man. I just wasn't looking at chat. Return to Jet's tent. Jammy boy, what is with that face, man? Why do you have to make it weird, man? Lol. Yeah, anyway, like you know, like a book nerd's paradise, if there's something that I learned from that anime, I watched the anime, but I also read the manga because I don't know, I just so happened to really like the anime, so I wanted more, so I read the manga. Apparently, it's not finished, but if there's something that I learned from it, it's that if you like something, you shouldn't consider yourself weird just because not everyone likes that. Yeah, everyone has their own thing. But at the same time, just because some people accept you and some people even praise you for your for what you like that not everyone likes, that doesn't mean that everyone is going to accept you and praise you. So it's like you shouldn't consider yourself weird or not normal. But at the same time, you also shouldn't expect everyone to accept you. Well, I thought that was gonna be longer, but hey, whatever. Need to go now. Bye, TY. Good luck. Thanks for the stream. Alright, thank you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, Arnval. Take care, man. Jammy boy, why did you have to make it weird, huh? With that face. With quotation marks, too. Why did you have to make it weird, man? I mean, at the very least, you made it weird at the end of the stream. At the very least, you made it weird at the end of the stream. So at least it's not at the beginning of the stream. Hello, RJ. Dehya thighs rival Eula's. Is that true? Let me check. Let me check. So I guess I have... Okay, just give me a moment. I need to go find her art. Her official art. Okay. And... Alright. So it's loading pretty slowly for me. Okay, there it is. There it is. Alright. Nope. Not there. Here we go. So... Does it rival Eula's? I'm also looking for her. I'm scrolling down in Genshin Twitter. I'm looking for her, like, her drip marketing. It's loading really slowly for me now, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it anytime soon. Okay, well, we'll just have to make do with this. All right, hang on. Just switching real quick to... Where is this? Is this right? No, that's not right. Stream, Genshin Impact. Where is this? That's Genshin Impact. Nope, that's not right. Chrome. Huh, why is this Chrome not showing up? Okay, that's chat. Why is this Chrome window not showing up? That's weird. Huh? I can't show this Chrome window. What's going on? It's not showing up as an option. That's weird. Okay, well, I can't show it. Oh, what a dummy. Okay, I'll do this. I'll just do this. Okay, there it is. Huh. What is going on? Why are these not showing up as options anymore? So I minimized Genshin. Okay, there it is. There it is. Alright, we got it. So do her thighs actually rival Eula's? Sorry, just best NPC though. Alright, so do Dia's thighs rival Eula's? I guess it's pretty hard to tell from this angle. But when we get her, if I'm not going to pull on her banner, by the way. So like, when the day comes that we can actually get her in game, then we'll see. We'll see if her thighs can actually rival Eula's. But man, I cannot say she does. I cannot say she doesn't look good, because man, I really wish she wasn't bad. Unfortunately, all our evidence currently heads towards that direction. Man, she looks good. His thighs in game are even coated so the flesh kinda pop out of the straps. Wait, what? Is this a thing? Wait, are you serious? Wait. How? What? I'm okay. Is that what you're talking about? I guess I could see that, right? Like it's kind of bulging a little bit. Is that what you're talking about, man? I think that's what you're talking about. I guess. I mean that doesn't need to be coded though in like programming. It's just with like the 3D modeling. But I get what you're saying. Man, okay. I gotta stop. I gotta stop this. I gotta stop this. Okay, go walk it off. I need to go. Oh, okay. I gotta go walk this off. Alright. I feel better. I feel better after that jog. Anyway, I'm sorry guys. I'm really not doing you guys justice. I feel like I'm just wasting your guys' time. I'm not even like doing anything entertaining anymore. I'm not even talking about anything entertaining anymore. I'm gonna stop it here for today. I'll see you guys on Monday, because I don't think I can stream on Sunday because me and the family are going out. Anyway, thanks so much guys. If any of you guys need any help building your characters, accounts, or need any help making a decision on which banners to vote for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links in the pinned message and YouTube chat and in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by to hang out and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Take care. Bye guys. Thanks again.